Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Shawn Walsh Show, and today is a very special edition of the Shawn Walsh Show because we are going to be talking about Call All-Star 7. Now you may be asking, you've only heard one voice, but there are more people with me, and I'm going to introduce them right now. First, Cash, a.k.a. Caleb Blair.
What up?
We got Andrew, a.k.a. Fisk.
Wubba-lubba-dub-dub.
Yeah, that's what the Punisher says. We got Travis, a.k.a. Travis.
Ashwakam.
And we got the Raging Redneck, Ray Gettys.
How's it going?
Boo!
Oh, whatever. But I got these guys on. We're going to talk about Call All-Star 7, the event, the big mega event just came out last week. Lots of people talking about it. It's out on this channel, so if you haven't seen day 1 or day 2, go check it out. Lots of rave reviews. So yeah, but before we get into Call All-Star 7, let's talk about the build to Call All-Stars, because it's been a long year.
It's been crazy.
Especially for me, it's been a long year since Call All-Star 6. I mean, these guys have seen me and other people working on it. These guys have helped working on it as well. It's not a one-man job. Thank God it will never get done.
Oh, yeah.
But last year, Call All-Star 6, the show ended with AJ Young retaining the Call All-Stars championship against CJ Hawkins with the help of Kobe Vincent.
Mm-hmm.
For you guys, if you guys remember that, like, what were you guys thinking when AJ still the champion?
Well, I remember that because I commentated that actually.
You did.
And that was a very shocking ending. I expected like for Hawkins to like win the title there. Actually, that was the day I was like sitting there like, yeah, CJ Hawkins is finally going to win this. And then Kobe Vincent came out, and I was like, wait a minute, oh no, he's going to help AJ Young win, and it upset me. And I thought Kobe Vincent was going to get involved a little bit more after that, and that wasn't the case. But I remember that was so shocking for AJ Young to retain that.
I had a feeling he was going to win, but I didn't think he was going to beat him clean, so I expected an ending like that.
Yeah, a lot of people thought AJ was going to lose the championship, and it's a funny call that back then, when it was decided, who should win that match, CJ Hawkins was actually supposed to win that match at Call All-Star 6, but I was like, nah, we're going to have AJ retain. And he did, and I think in hindsight it was a good call, because AJ went on to defend the championship many times since then. These Call All-Stars events, such as against Ray Gettys. We also see him defend it at Ultimate Glory against Caleb Blair.
Yeah. That's
right. We've seen him defend it in AWF. AJ's defended that belt a lot of places, and and that's why I give AJ credit as champion, because some people, they'll give their some people have some not so nice things to say about AJ, and some people say, oh, he doesn't deserve it, or he's not there, but no champion has defended it more than him, and he's brought so much awareness to that championship.
I'll admit that too. As Andrew's phone goes off, I'll say that a lot of people give AJ Young shit. A lot of people do, saying that, oh, he's a paper champion, oh, he didn't deserve it, he's a nobody, who the hell's AJ Young? And I'm sitting here, and I'm looking at all the past Call All-Stars champions, and he's the only person that's defended it, like, the most, and he's proven it pretty much. He's beaten a lot of big names. He beat Ray, he beat myself, he beat fucking Bowser.
Yeah?
Like, he's done a lot with the title, and I give him a lot of respect for it.
But every man has their date, and AJ had his at Redemption Road, where he fought the man he fought at Call All-Star 6, CJ Hawkins, rivalry that built up, and CJ Hawkins became Call All-Stars champion that night. I mean, what were you guys thinking when AJ lost the championship before Call All-Stars?
Does anyone else want to start off this one? Because I have a lot to say, so. Hey, Travis, how are you doing?
It was shocking. I wasn't expecting him to lose it so soon, because I was still going to have him come in, wearing the belt.
Then he lost the belt. I was like, oh wait, well he can't come in with the belt anymore. So much for that. And I had to like edit his Titantron up a bit because it says like Call All Stars champion.
Yeah.
So it was out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it so soon. I wasn't prepared.
I actually made a COH promo mentioning the Call All Stars title after that too, about AJ having it, and then I had to remake it.
Ray, how about you? Did you see AJ dropping the belt before Call All Stars?
No, I didn't see him dropping it before Call All Stars.
A lot of people were shocked by it. I mean, Cash, you said you had a lot to say
Oh,
about it.
you were, I don't remember if you weren't in the call. I was on a Skype call with somebody, that was watching Call All Star 6 with me. And I think you were in the call, but I don't think you were there, were you?
No, I was
watching it, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh man, what's gonna happen? Oh shit, Kamikaze's coming in, and Kamikaze, for anyone who hasn't seen Call All Stars, then go back and watch it. Kamikaze won the Money in the Bank at Call All Star 6.
Mm-hmm.
Comes in to go cash in his contract, and I'm like, oh my god, this is it. That's who I thought was gonna win. Kamikaze, I thought he was gonna pull a Seth Rollins, and he did. And he comes.
But he didn't succeed.
No, he didn't succeed. That's the part that swerved us all.
Yeah.
If anything, I will give people credit where credit is due. That surprised the shit out of me was Kamikaze coming in and not winning on his cash in. Hawkins came in 1, 2, 3. I jumped out of my chair because it was C.J. Hawkins finally winning it, and at the same time, it was something I didn't see coming, which I pretty much love in Call Wrestling. If you can surprise the shit out of me, you did a good job.
Yeah. It was very shocking, and it was the last stop until Call All Star 7, and it led to what happened that night, and we're going to get into that. But let's start off with the pre-show. Call All Star 7 had quite the interesting pre-show. It was a dance-off for the quote-unquote Call All Stars Dance Championship.
You fucking asshole.
What am I supposed to say?
The dance championship, for anyone who doesn't know where the hell it came from, was from Call All Stars 5.
Yes, it was.
It was a match. It was just a parody, a comedy match that was thrown in. It was Ryder Storm versus the Disco Kid, a guy from NJCW and a guy from where's Disco Kid from? GCW?
He's from GCW.
GCW, yeah. And there were two comedy dancing characters, both of them had the same fucking entrance, and they're sitting there in the opening 5 minutes of the match. I don't know if anyone can go ahead and check that out. It's on day.
It's on the Call Stars YouTube.
Is it on day 2 or day 1 or 5?
I think it's day
1?
1, but I'm not sure.
The first 5 minutes of the match is them dancing back and forth, and me and Sako were having a ball commentating that, and the whole time me and him are making the inside joke that this is for the Call All Stars Dance Championship. Actually, Sako brings it up first.
Yes,
he was calling it a dance contest the whole time, and I was sitting there this isn't a dance contest, it's a fucking match.
Well, you know.
And so finally, I just give up midway through it and go, yes, this is a dance contest. Oh my god. That's the best dance move ever.
It was fun.
At the end of the match, Sako goes, Disco Kid has won the Call All Stars World Heavyweight Dancing Championship. And I just got up, and I got up. I was just like, yep, that's it. Yep, he won the dance contest. It's all over, everybody. He's gonna go defend the belt against Fandango.
It was like you said, it was a little comedy match that we just added that little piece of it, and at that time it was just supposed to be one time thing just for shits and giggles, and okay, it was fun however many years ago, but I was
surprised so many dancing gimmicks actually showed up around that
yeah,
whole...
I mean there's enough dancing gimmicks, or at least those kind of gimmicks that I was there could be something really cool. Because Call All Stars has a lot of serious stuff we're going to get into. But, there's sometimes you watch a match and you need some comedy.
Yeah.
So...
Not a lot of people do comedy segments in Call, and it's
if you do them... some of them are bad. But if you do them right, then it's perfect. And that's what I did here. And, I mean, Disco Kid obviously came out. He had the open dance-off. And then it was Scrap Boogie that came out first.
Don't eat a lemon. Eat a pizza.
Which that was interesting. I mean, And then then we had, it was 2C3 Corey Chambers.
Too cool. Corey
I
Chambers.
love that character, by the way. I love
Thank you. I actually made I actually remember, Travis, I think I came up to you about this. I was like, hey, what if Scrap Boogie and 2C3 became a tag team?
I'm down.
Like, had a match. I would so be down for that. They would
call... our tag team name would be called Uptown Funk.
You know what? Yes. You know what? You know what? Fuck it. Hey, you know how Call All Stars 8's coming out? In that tag team tournament? Have them be one of the tag teams.
It could be a wild card team, yeah.
Yes. Boom.
Uptown Funk.
Uptown Funk. First ever Call All Stars tag team champions right here.
It could be. But yeah, it was really cool, and it was really easy, you know, each person got, there was no official rules, so like, you could tell like, with, Adam, Andrew, and Jay on commentary.
They were so confused.
They were confused, but that was the point, like, there were no rules, like, it wasn't like, it was just, do whatever. So they went out, they did their moves, and I'm like, alright, there's gotta be some sort of angle to this, so 2C3, he goes heel for a night. Goes and gives the pounce, but you know, every heel.
He was pelvic thrusting them too.
Yes, he was. But every heel needs to get justice, right? So Moon came out and sat on him.
Moon. Oh,
and he won the title, even though it was a dance-off and there was a pinfall. But
funk.
You know,
not everything has to make sense.
Exactly. It wasn't supposed to make sense, and I think it did. I think it served its purpose. The thing was under 10 minutes, so it was good. It was a good way to kick things off.
Yeah, it's something to get the crowd going. Like if Call Stars are actually real, I would see that. I would pay for that shit.
Yeah. But so then we leave the comedy behind. We get back to it a little bit later, but we'll get into that. Call Stars Day 1 finally goes up, copyright free. And we kick things off with the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yeah.
Which, I enjoyed the match.
I enjoyed it. It wasn't too long, wasn't too short.
I enjoyed it, except I didn't know who someone was in the match, but...
Yeah.
It was a good match, though. I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked the winner of it.
I like the winner a lot.
I do, too.
That surprised me.
Like,
I had a feeling he was going to win when I saw everybody, but...
And I'm just point this out to everyone, like, the Money in the Bank ladder match is a simulated match. I put the people, because I recorded the match, I put the people in the match, and I don't control anyone. And I just let it go.
It's kind of been a thing.
Yeah,
it's Call Stars tradition. It's kind of like, we simulate, well, normally we used to simulate the 6-man, the Money in the Bank, and the Rumble. But you can't do the 6-man anymore.
It's just, no. But Money in the Bank, it's done that way, and it came out right, and Brandon Wolf won, and I'm very happy about that. And these guys said they enjoyed it, and everyone seems to like that. I mean,
yeah.
Some people may have would like to see maybe a Daniel Mars win. Maybe some people would like to see Beetlejuice win.
Beetlejuice. Who the hell was Beetlejuice representing?
NJCW.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
What else is new?
Wolf's been doing really well in COH, I believe.
Yeah, and you know what? With everything that's going on right now with his current storyline and with these matches with Nitro, you know, him getting that briefcase really is going to help him out.
That really proves that Battleground has a better mid card than Slam. Is that when you okay, what Slam, who you got for mid card feud? Austin Newhouse versus Mike Ross. Okay, let's go over to Slam. Let's see, Battleground. My bad. Let's go over to Battleground. Let's see what they got Nitro and Wolf. Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And throw Stefan in there. Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna make things interesting because some people don't know this, and hopefully, if you watch the show, you would know because they've explained during commentary. That briefcase can be cashed in on anything. As long as it's like a show affiliated with Call All Stars.
Any title, too.
You can cash it in on the World title, you can cash it in on the Call All Stars title, you can cash that in on your mid-card title.
You can cash it in on a tag team title, man.
You can. It's a very unique opportunity.
I didn't know you could cash it in on a tag team title. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you could. So, like, Brandon Wolf's got a lot of options here. He could use that to go get him and Raymond Dudley to go after the tag belts. He could go with the internet.
It's pretty popular that the past winners have won the world titles with it, too. Like, that's another thing. Everyone who's won the briefcase so far has won a title.
Mm-hmm.
Lubu won the first one. He won the Call All Stars title at Call All Stars 4.
He did.
Who won that one last year? Oh, no, not last year, before.
The year before?
5.
That would be David Salmon.
Oh, Salmon,
He
yeah.
won the ECF Undisputed Championship.
Yeah, that was before I watched ECF. But, yeah. That's when I first heard of ECF, was when Salmon won the title, I think. Yeah. And then last year, Kamikaze lost, my bad.
Kamikaze is the first one to lose.
Yeah. So it's like, you got a 75% chance of winning.
Yeah, but
yeah, 75% chance, yeah.
But, overall, enjoyable match.
Very
Everyone
good.
agree?
Yes, entertaining.
Okay.
And the commentary was great.
Yeah.
The commentary for that whole night was great.
Yeah.
With Doc doing.
Doc doing his first ever call, sir. That was really cool.
Yeah. And it was funny.
Yeah.
I never heard Cashier do commentary until CAW All-Stars.
Yeah.
I was impressed. He did well. Sparks, you should think about having him on COH. I'm gonna tell Eddie Mack the same thing. You should have him on CCL.
I actually used to commentate for Eddie, and then I just never got time. He would never he hardly does web matches now. Well, now that's Oktoberfest, I guess I could do some Oktoberfest matches.
Yeah. Well, I only watched I started watching CCL only whenever, about a month or so before I ever came on it. So I mean, that was only because Odds introduced me to it. Chris Knight. Anyway, that's what we're saying.
Alright. So now, next match is the traditional 6-man tag. And
the biggest pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, that's a pain in the ass to record. And I do apologize I know the match was skipping and stuff like that, and my apologies. But I wasn't recording that again.
Still wouldn't have made the match any better.
No.
Oh.
Okay, there's not much you can do. But even though I recorded it, I just didn't like it. If anyone else has any other opinions on it, go ahead.
I would have paid attention to that match a little bit more had it not been skipping. Call Star 6-man tag match is just doomed to fail. It's always doomed to fail. Like, when I recorded the one at Call Stars 3, that was a humongous pain in the ass, and I had my friend help me record that. 4, I remember you had a problem with 4s. 5, you had the hardest time. Like, I remember the one from 5, that was 40 minutes long? And then 6, I don't remember really that well. But, it's a match.
Yeah.
The right team won. The fantasy team.
Alright, any other comments, or on to the next one?
Didn't care for it.
Worst match of the night doesn't necessarily mean the show sucked.
They all can't be winners. But a match that I do feel was a winner was the comeback match of all of our favorite wrestler, Shawn O'Connor. He's a very big. Everyone loves Shawn O'Connor. Nothing to hate about the guy. And he made his big comeback up against a former friend / enemy, frenemy, in Kevin Cash, which I feel was an awesome match. Great match for O'Connor to come back.
That was a pretty fun match. I liked it. Cash got buried by Adam Jackpot the entire match, but it was fun. I mean, it seemed like the Doctor fucking, even though he didn't know who the fuck either of them were, seemed to be into it. I'm kind of mixed about the winner. Not saying that it was a bad idea that Shawn O'Connor won, but it was like both of them really needed the win.
It was a match where both of them could have used the win, and that was and I like that. Me and Adam, we were really hyping that up on commentary. Like, who needed to win more? Was it the guy who's in his comeback match who needs to set the impression that he hasn't lost a step, or is it the guy that has just barely scratched the surface. He's been kind of stuck in that mid-card level. Could really use a big win, but it's hard to say. And that night, Shawn O'Connor won, and it's up to debate who people feel should have won that match. In my opinion, I feel it was the right way, but that's just my opinion.
I mean, I guess it really does make sense, especially like in the fact that they're feuding AWF. You had the heels going over first. Mm-hmm. Shawn O'Connor getting the win. I guess it really does help solidify as like he's that big deal that came in. And I'm like, oh yeah, Shawn O'Connor's back. Yeah, it wouldn't really make sense for him to just come in and go, Shawn O'Connor's back, and he just lost. To who? Someone who hasn't won a fucking match in years. So, yeah, I guess Shawn O'Connor would have got hurt more had he lost.
Mm-hmm. So, it's a matter of opinion. But
and this is just...
Go.
This may be me being modest about myself, but Cash is just really there in AWF just to put people over.
I'm sure that... Well, I know.
I think that myself, because that's really what I kind of wanted him to just really be when I brought him in, just to be there.
Yeah, but regardless of the fact, it still, at least in my opinion, was a good match. I think it was one of the better matches of the night. I think it really, for people who their only experience of Shawn O'Connor is his appearance on the Shawn Walsh show, which he picked up a lot of fans there. I think it showed people that he has a very versatile moveset and the character that he is, besides just him outside of the Shawn O'Connor character, which is not too much of a difference. But yeah, any comments from anyone else about the Shawn O'Connor and Kevin Cash match?
Travis?
It is what it is. It was basically a showcase match. Shawn's return to call, so, and he won, so, can't complain.
Yeah. It seems like a couple people aren't paying attention while that is, but yeah, it was a good match. It was pretty entertaining. I enjoyed recording it with you. I mean,
yes, it was very fun to record. Alright. If anyone else, if we're all good, then we'll move on to the next match.
I have decided to show myself.
Yeah. So, entering late to the party, that being Adam Jackpot. I mean, Adam doesn't usually get invited to the party, but I guess it's better late than never.
Adam is the party.
Well, not this party, because this party could get sick.
Adam's not hype. He stays hype.
Adam's unfortunately a little under the weather.
Yeah. We're on the what match? Shawn match?
Shawn Connor, Kevin Cash.
So I'll just get a quick recap for the other two. Good for Brandon Wolf, and
the 6-man tag.
Finally a 6-man tag match. All starts at purpose.
We're talking about the pre-show too.
Oh. Yeah, that was a thing. I never want to have to do that again, because of the ending part, where I had a rush, because somebody in this call thought, let me give every match like 5 seconds of screen time, and then the fucking, Ben Hitman and Ray Gettys, match card shows up, and that's like 3 minutes.
It wasn't 3 minutes.
He's like, keep going!
I was done talking, and it was still there.
I know, you were like the whole time, you were like, keep going!
Well, it was like if the matches were later in the night, I gave him a little bit more time. So
you didn't even put the Money in the Bank and the tag match in it.
I didn't make a graphic for those.
Or the six person, yeah.
But, and then Kevin, Cash and O'Connor, great match. I kind of wanted Cash to win because I do feel like he deserves something. And of course O'Connor's coming back, and Cash put it simple. He's there. He's there to put people over, and if that's his purpose, then he did his purpose. But
I mean, hey, it doesn't mean that. That's all Cash is going to do.
I mean, it's a big feud. You think maybe the babyface would actually be the one who ends it, unless this isn't the end. And if this isn't the end, and there's a big payoff for Cash, then cool for that. But if it was the big payoff. Yeah. Maybe he deserved to win it, but there's things.
I mean, I have no No, I have no clue if there's ever going to be a big payoff. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, hand job under the table.
There's things behind the scenes that you people don't know on why things had to happen the way it did. Continue.
Alright, next up we have an interesting development. It's the Kamikaze's Open Challenge, which I'm sure many people watching that originally didn't give much thought. Like, oh, it's just kind of there. And as we find out later on in Call Stars, how much of an importance that is.
I'm a huge fan of Mini Scott Adams.
He's not Mini Scott Adams. They just have the same hair.
And tattoos.
And pants.
And entrance.
And entrance.
You'll see he has that is his street gear. He has a different attire and he has more stuff in his entrance.
Beards make you a heel.
They do. Right. There's a common rule, and Cash and Adam and everyone knows. This is how it works in AWF.
You gotta shave your head and grow a beard.
If you grow a beard, you're a heel.
Well, no, if you shave your head, you're a main eventer.
Oh, geez, you shave your head, man, you're getting a push.
Sean O'Connor.
Does stubble count?
It depends how much stubble. If you have a little bit of stubble, you could still be a babyface.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so.
Wait,
what?
But Ray's got facial hair.
But see, the thing is, Ray is a heel, but people like Ray. That's the difference. Ray isn't a babyface.
Ray's a heel for you?
He's a...
Because I thought that Hitman was a heel.
Yeah,
Hitman is a heel, clearly. Well, but could you really call Ray a face? Like...
In CCL, yeah.
Yeah.
Up for debate, but no, that's for a debate for a different time.
You have facial hair and you're a face now.
He's gonna shave it off in COH.
No. Shawn Walsh is always a heel, even when he's a face.
But you care about Russ Taylor.
That's what I've ever heard. Probably.
But Kamikaze, seen for the first time. Actually. Second time, because he showed up on PCW. But, first time in like a major capacity since failing to cash in his Money in the Bank, which we talked about earlier, which was shocking. A lot of people thought, oh, he's cashing in, he's going to win. And he didn't. And obviously, logically, for a situation like Money in the Bank, when you come in after two men who just beat the hell out of each other are defeated and you still can't win, that's not exactly something where you're just like, oh, okay, I'll try again next opportunity.
Good news, I don't feel bad about losing in my cash in COH now. This Kamikaze done fucked up.
Yeah. So, in Kamikaze, logically, because Call is real, is embarrassed because he's the laughing stock now. So he's not exactly in the right mental state. So you see in his downtime since he's been away from Call, obviously he's visited the tattoo parlor quite a bit. He hasn't done much shaving, and he's ditched his tights and he just wears, pants.
Because he's a fucking heel, he wears pants.
And Kamikaze, he had his open challenge, and it was like, alright, who's gonna accept? And lo and behold, it's Russ Taylor. Which, before we get to the match, what do you guys think of Russ Taylor accepting the challenge?
Travis Sparks.
I was... yes, Travis Sparks. Yeah.
Wait, what? I start first?
No, I marked out, because it's Russ Taylor, bro. Come on.
Russ.
I will be Russ's #1 fan till the day I die, bro.
It's the thing I still don't understand.
A certain black man is a big fan of his as well.
Yes. The guy who sometimes wears a Push Rust hoodie.
How did he react? If you even have known.
I haven't talked to him about it yet.
Yeah. So Russ answered it. Yeah, I thought he was gonna lose.
He did not.
He gets the big upset at the All-Stars.
Yes, so I'm willing to bet no one saw Russ actually winning the match.
I had to because I was there for comments.
Oh, okay.
I did.
You didn't know it was going to happen. You thought Russ was going to, since Kamikaze, obviously, you see, he's donning this new look. He's got to look strong. Russ Taylor, he's a glorified jobber, essentially.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, he's going to lose. But he doesn't. He just pulls it out, and that actually was a lot of debate for many months if Kamikaze was going to win or lose that match. And he lost, but obviously all new heels must be sore losers.
And kind of destroy the person.
Yeah, Kamikaze kind of killed him.
I had a feeling Russ Taylor was going to get killed last night, but I didn't expect him to win.
Yeah. Kamikaze had no problem destroying him after the match, so I mean, he lost, but he made quite the statement. Not quite the statement that he made later, but again, we'll get to it.
It was just there.
Yeah. Because this is filler.
Exactly. I mean, I don't think there's much to really...
Yeah. One thing, right before the match, we did see that C.J. Hawkins was laid out backstage.
Oh, yeah.
Which
was like the big mystery of like who done it, who attacked C.J. Hawkins the night before his match.
The placement of those two, that scene and that match, so much symbolism.
Manga did it.
Yes.
Symbolism. Like that was kind of, it was like, oh wow. It's like Hawkins got laid out and then Kamikaze comes out from the crowd.
Yeah, you see.
Symbolism!
Now, next up we go with DZW versus DCA, which is another showcase of Japanese wrestling at CAW All-Stars. This time live though, not via satellite. So we had so what are you guys' thoughts on that? I thought it was really cool, really quick paced, and that was a good showcase for both shows. What do you guys think?
It was a good showcase.
Puro.
I didn't care too much about it, but it was, can't complain.
It wasn't too long. It wasn't too short. It was there. It showcased those guys, and it was good to get a Japanese influence, because that was one thing that I was disappointed that we didn't have yet. So it was cool that we worked that out. Adam, any thoughts?
I went back and watched. I didn't watch it the first time. I've seen matches like that before from other CAW fans, so it was kind of just there for me.
Like what are the they talk about like the DCW versus DCA match?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was good, but I mean I've seen matches like it before.
But it's not a match that some people are used to seeing though. Like you're used to it, but
it was it was like the Puro kind of stuff.
It's kind of like
it really was
Japanese-ish.
It's almost like, I mean, like, since we're with Japan, New Japan Pro Wrestling, like you watch New Japan a lot more regularly than say I would. So whereas you might say, "Oh, this was a good match," but it's what I'm used to. I may see it, and it's completely different to me. Huh?
I mean, it's a great showcase for people to watch if they haven't. I mean, great platform for both federations. But yeah, I mean,
I think even Takahashi looked good in defeat too.
For me, it was. I mean, it felt like a DCA match.
Mm-hmm.
And which is, not a bad thing. DCA matches tend to always deliver, and that's exactly what it was. So, good on that. And for me, it was just there.
All right. Now this is a match that I know you're going to have a lot to say. That being the Kevin Owens versus Akuma NJCW versus ACW match.
I like this match.
I'll try not to be biased.
This match was one of my favorites on the show.
Oh, welcome back.
So
Andrew, talk about this match. What are your thoughts about this match? Because I mean, you got to see the build up for this.
I did, because this was built up on Adams and Hakeem's Super Show, and it's basically one of Adams' top mid-card champs versus the world champ of one of his brands.
Oh, first of all, Kevin Owens is not a mid-card champ. He's the second world heavyweight champ.
There's a difference.
He's a champion. And I like how this match went. I did think it was kind of weird that you had 2 last man standing matches on the same event.
That was not done by design. That was due to someone.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wait, I'm confused here.
It's either you or Hakeem.
Well, I said I wanted last man standing.
Yeah, I think that was, what was it? Who was the person that came out and interfered during that match?
It was Howard Glory.
That's what I thought it was.
I didn't know that. I didn't know there was no last man standing match till you announced it.
Fisk versus the Great D was one of the first matches announced.
But we had the last man standing thing done like set in stone like 2 months prior.
Fisk and Great D was announced in like May.
Oh.
There was a poll.
I don't know.
The fans voted for it.
I guess I wasn't one of them.
Oh, jeez.
I like the idea there was 2 last man standing matches. At least you recovered it by having just 1 on each night.
Yeah, I mean, it worked.
It did work. I'll say this about Owens and Akuma, and this is coming from me because I recorded it. The match came out a lot better, like watching it again, than when I recorded. Like I thought when I recorded it, it was all right. I was actually very frustrated because I had to record the match multiple times because there was problems.
I like the finish.
Yeah.
I like the finish too. I didn't think a move like that was in the game.
I knew that move was in the game, and I never understood why people who have Kevin Owens never use that as a pop-up powerbomb. Like, it's so easy to do.
Yeah, like everyone else just tries to use the reversal thing.
Yeah, they just use the reversal, or they'll just be like, oh, just regular powerbomb. I'm like, no, there's an actual powerbomb in the game, which you can make it look like it. And
I like that you added that because Kevin Owens only has the package pile driver.
Oh.
So it was nice to pop a powerbomb.
Well.
Yeah, it's not current.
Package piles are effective.
But it was basically, the present of fantasy versus the future, and I think Kevin Owens going over was the right choice. Even if it wasn't 100% clean, I thought that was the right person to go over.
Travis?
I really liked the match. I going into it, I was like, it's whatever. But you guys, they really won me over. And plus, like you guys mentioned, it was a last man stand. I was like, oh, wait a minute, so there's going to be 2? But it works, 1 for each night, so, that works, I guess. I really liked how it turned out. But yeah, like you guys mentioned, the pop-up powerbomb. I actually forgot that powerbomb was in the game, too. Once I saw it do that, I was like, oh, wow, that works.
Yeah, so there's a lesson to everyone. Go look for it. It's like powerbomb.
I thought the finish was going to be the package power driver when he did it, but then,
Am I like the only one who knows that powerbomb's in the game?
Well, I knew.
There's that technical one. I just know that there is one that looked like that.
I use it for my Rhino.
Okay. You could use it for Kevin Owens.
Package power driver more effective.
Well, apparently not so.
Well, Kevin Owens doesn't do that move. Kevin Steen does.
Yeah. Come on, Adam.
Come on. I shouldn't have to tell you this shit.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You should know this.
That was great.
Ray, anything,
I thought it was well done. I was hoping Owens would win.
Well, you must have been happy with the result then.
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't watch a whole lot of wrestling anymore, but I know who Kevin Owens is. I like Owens, so,
Fight Owens fight.
Yeah.
Next up, after we had that, we have the match between BYU and ECW with Kevin Bennett of BYU going up against Shant of ECW. I'll go first. I thought the match was good. It wasn't spectacular.
I know you have a lot to talk about that.
I do have a lot to talk about. Actually, you know what? You guys, there's my nice stuff. You guys go, say your stuff, and I'll talk.
I'll go first. The match was just there, in my opinion. I wasn't a big fan of it. The wrong guy went over, and I know this is probably going to get repeated quite a bit, but, it makes no sense to me that a Fed that is dying, or is confirmed to not exist anymore,
No.
went over a show that's just coming back, and I didn't find it all. The match was there. I didn't find it anything spectacular. It was a finisher fest at times, and it was my least favorite match of day one. If we're not counting Kamikaze versus Russ Taylor.
I'm kind of with him on that. Wrong guy won. The match was okay. I don't know what the deal was, but like
I'll let you know.
The film quality, like the footage and shit.
Oh yeah, that was.
It was very hard to watch at times, and for that reason, I had to skip a few times because I was like, I can't sit through this. And to be honest, if we weren't doing this and it was never brought up, I never would have remembered this match again.
I noticed that too. The film quality on it looked different from the rest of them.
And also, Kevin Bennett winning shouldn't have happened. And I don't know if this is something that's, it was supposed to be that way. He said this, and this was how I wanted it to end, or anything, whatever. But I have my issues, as Sean knows, with federations that are dead getting spotlight.
I mean, I guess it could have made sense as like a last goodbye to BYU.
Yes, but not for ECW to be the opponent.
Travis or anyone else have anything to add before I tell the story here?
Yeah, I'm with Adam. I'm with Adam on that one because I mentioned this to you before, Stock. When about Dead's being part of Call All Stars.
Mm-hmm.
I made that argument about TCF. I was like, why are they there? Or even even with CWG, that was the biggest.
They'll never be in again. Don't worry.
Oh, TCF,
that was the biggest.
Okay, TCF's not dead.
Well, I mean, it wasn't active at one point.
CWG.
And then when CWG got announced, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah, you also did the Arcadia shit.
Yeah, well, I was giving them more hope than I should have.
Well,
What
as for the match itself, I don't remember.
Were they
Arcadia was going to be in the.
Well, they were in the Rumble. They had a spot in the Rumble.
They were going to be in the Money in the Bank.
That was changed though.
That got swapped out, I think, for the Battle X representative.
Mm-hmm. So
yes, there's backstory to this match that obviously I think Sean's going to talk about.
About BYU and ECW.
Yeah.
All right.
What the original thing was supposed to be, but when you had to cut corners and it came down to the wire, I still think at the end of the day ECW should have won.
I agree. I agree with all you guys. ECW should have won. In fact, ECW was supposed to win.
Oh.
The match was done by design because when I spent many months, as these guys know, negotiating with ECW. You believe it or not, yes, in Call you have to negotiate.
Oh yeah, I know that.
It was not easy. I mean, you guys see some of the shows, were very easy. Sometimes I'm just like, I'll have Adam go talk to them, and they're like, all right, great.
What was I just have a quick question. What was the process like for ACW? Was the team just like, yeah, sure?
I just was like, hey, yeah,
Yes.
All Stars wants to come in. He's like, I've watched it before. We'd be honored. And
yes. Some people are like really cool and they're just like really quick and
trust
awesome.
me, when it came to the tournament thing, I know we're going off topic here. Yeah, it was, people are like, how the fuck did you get 64 federations? I'm like, well, it's called a week of asking people and getting turned down by 8 different people and then having, to go back and forth between comment sections on YouTube because some people don't have Facebook and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy, but, a lot of people are respectable as fuck. Just gotta be nice. Just gotta be nice.
And, and the thing is,
that's all I did.
It's understandable that some people have some concerns because some people have some concerns with sharing talent. And ECW did, and I understand it because of past experiences. So it was a while. Me and Mick, we talked for a while, and I think as time went on, I earned his trust, and so things went well. ECW was supposed to win because our ECW. They're just coming back. This is their first Call Stars. Got to make them look really good.
Oh.
And BYU announced their retirement. And I'm like, you know what? They don't need to win, but it'd be nice to have one last hurrah, one last match. And
next thing you know, some troll's gonna end up messaging you and going, "Oh, you did them dirty. Oh,
Yeah.
because Shant lost, and then we only had one rep in the Rumble, and he lost."
I'll say this: the reason why that happened, and regardless, it's still my fault. I'll take blame for anything. But the match was it took a very long time to get done. Mick was having a lot of hard times uploading guys and trying to get onto the community creation servers. It took weeks and nothing was getting done. We ended up having to go to the old school style of giving formulas, which he gave over the formula to Shant to me, which I had to give to Hawkins, and Hawkins had to end up making Shant and record. And because it took so long, I forgot to mention to Hawkins that ECW was supposed to win. So I guess since he didn't know, he just went with, well, I'll just have BYU win then. That's more my fault. I should have told him, but I didn't think about it because I was like, I got to get this match done. I think it was the last match sent in to me, and so I had to get it ready. So that's what happened. I wish it went according to plan, but that's why it happened. So I agree with all you guys. The wrong guy won, but
No, it wasn't it originally supposed to be a different company fighting ECW?
I'd had the idea many months prior, if this went into fruition, to do an ECW versus DWF match, if DWF came back. However, they had issues, and to a lot of people, they might not even know there was a planned DWF comeback, but there was, but it didn't work.
Comeback 55.
Yeah. But either way, that's that. Now on to the main event of day one. The match that many people are loving.
Wait, what main event? You forgot a match.
I forgot a match? What match did I forget?
This is a triple threat match.
Oh, yeah. Alright.
The one with the best moment of the entire show.
The best match on day one, personally. How would you forget this?
I went on the whole thing, I forgot about it. Alright.
Ah!
But this is a match a lot of people are talking about as well. Co-main event of day one with the SMF versus ICCW versus DWA. We have the Green Ranger, we have Angry Video Game Nerd, Al Capone. These guys representing some of the greatest call shows of all time in years past. Unfortunately, none of those shows are active anymore, so they were given one last chance, to showcase, and a lot of people liked it because it was a chance to see these shows that they love from years past get one last showcase. And I think a lot of people enjoyed it. A lot of people seem to enjoy seeing these guys and seeing some of the shenanigans that happened. So I'm going to send it to you guys first. Adam, I'll send it to you first.
The best match of day one, personally expecting. And, maybe nostalgia goggles and everything, because fantasy is my
Nostalgia goggles.
Shut the fuck up. Fantasy is my bag. Without these fans, there is no stars.
Mm-hmm.
It's them who gave the platform for everything to happen, and it was really, and not only to have the Doctor on commentary as well, which also brings back the nostalgia of him calling a DWA kind of match again, because Capone's in it and stuff, and then Matt Hardy.
Oh, that was so funny. When Zordon popped up, I lost it. And
Zordon wasn't. The only thing that bothered me was that Zordon wasn't racist.
Yeah, Zordon did not say nigga. No. All I saw was Zordon pop up, and I'm like, he's really going there. Oh, all right.
I didn't know, because I didn't watch SMF, so I didn't know that Matt Hardy was the Green Ranger in that show. So I was laughed my ass off, and then I messaged Shawn, like, what the hell was that?
I was waiting for the Dragon Sword.
Same thing with me, Andrew. Same thing. I didn't watch SMF, so I thought it was hilarious.
On SMF was that Matt Hardy was the Green Ranger, and either he was or he wasn't. It was like Batman and Bruce Wayne. They're never in the same.
I was like sitting there going, he's not Matt Hardy. What are you talking about?
And then here comes fucking Matt Hardy.
Return of Attitude Facts, too.
Yeah, I was waiting for the nerd.
Matt likes grapes.
Matt
Yeah,
wonders if they did
that's
All
right.
Stars as well.
Matt would like to apologize for his Titantron getting copyrighted.
Yeah. That,
You need to put that next year.
Yeah, for people, that was what got copyrighted because, like, oh, you used Matt Hardy version 1 Titantron. I'm like, what? Really? You care about that?
Yeah, I thought they were going to get you for the Kane Titantron.
Everybody thought they were going to
Almost.
for theme songs.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't even a theme song. It was a video. I was so mad about that. But that's regardless. Travis, what do you think about the match? Triple threat.
Well, you guys got my Snapchats.
Yeah.
Wait, what was I didn't get to see a Snapchat. What happened?
Oh, Travis was sending me and Adam Snapchats.
Well, I was in class.
While I was at work. But when I was on break, I watched them. It was funny.
It was so funny. Freaking Green Ranger gets taken out to the back. Then Zor, I was like, you have failed me. I don't want you to fail me anymore. So what does he do?
You will not die.
He reveals himself to be Matt.
See, Travis is loving it.
One of the greatest swerves. It all makes sense now. It's been Matt Hardy all these years.
Oh.
I mean, so that means everybody's
That's
like,
why world title.
so when are we getting the CM Punk Matt Hardy UFC match? Because obviously Jason David Frank is not.
You fucking Matt Hardy in a UFC match.
Oh.
Special guest referee Ken Shamrock.
It had to be done because I was like, I gotta find out a way to make this appeal to old school SMF fans and to people who aren't too familiar. So for people who are old school SMF fans, they are like, Matt Hardy is the Green Ranger, and then as you guys see here, people who didn't really watch SMF, it's just a funny thing. Matt Hardy.
Mal, you hit the nail on the head. A+ to you.
Thank you.
I wasn't expecting that to happen. Which is,
Ow.
I remember you doing something in the call with Steven about like asking about Matt Hardy stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "The fuck are you doing with Matt Hardy?" Oh, maybe he's gonna show up for something. I don't know what he's gonna show up for. And then
Matt Hardy's always been a staple in All Stars, even before the Green Ranger.
here comes Green Ranger doing. He goes to the back and here's Zord, and I'm like, oh, now I know what he was doing it for.
So
Yep.
he was evil Matt Hardy back in the day.
I'm Fat Hardy.
Soccer, you remember evil Matt Hardy, right?
I do.
Evil Fat Hardy.
And then Matt Hardy wins.
I was waiting for him to give him like 15 twists of fate.
I was waiting for the nerd to institute the fucking Konami code
Oh yeah.
and win the fake ladder match.
Yeah, I was also waiting for Al Capone to do his actual moves.
Yeah.
Not have a generic moveset.
Where did Capone? I'm sorry on that. Socko was
Sorry.
rushed.
Yeah, it's okay.
Socko rushed me.
Oh, don't put the blame on me.
Yeah, I'm putting the blame on you.
Let's use the bomb.
But fun match.
Oh, Capone crackers.
Arm drag of death. Match over. I lost it.
Hey, he hit that thing. Al Capone has watched his stuff. He knows. So let's.
Wins titles, man.
Huh?
Wins titles.
It does. Axe Quicksilver.
Matt Hardy in the main event of All Stars next year, then.
Oh yeah, it could happen.
Matt Hardy's gonna fight All Stars.
Green Ranger is in the tournament, so.
Yeah, he is.
Oh shit! I forgot.
Main event All Stars.
But we move on to the main event, the match that many people are raving about. Everyone is.
Raven?
Yeah, right.
What about Raven?
What about Raven? Many people,
What?
you guys don't even, so many people have messaged me or told me how much they loved this match, and
I wonder why. Wink, wink, person in the call.
I wonder,
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, hand job under the table.
Wait,
But
don't-
the match,
Go there.
the match I'm obviously referring to is Ben Hitman versus Ray Gettys, which has been so many months in the making. It's been building up for months. It's had an incredible story building up, and to see these guys finally collide at All Stars, I mean, for me, even recording the match, it was just awesome. I feel it was the best match I recorded all year. A lot of people seem to agree with that. A lot of people are calling it match of the night, match of the year, whatever. So I'm gonna let you guys go first. I'm gonna say for me and Ray for the end, though.
Oh.
Well, so
great match. It was exactly what everybody expected it to be. Just two guys killing each other, and that's what it was. And the right man.
I didn't expect it to go to the back at all. So I was like, okay, let me just skip 2 minutes. I see them in the backstage. I'm like, let me go back. I need to see where this went. And like, I liked the match. I did think Ray hitting 5 of his finishers was a bit too much. But with this type of match, you needed something like that to happen. So, I liked it. I thought it was one of the best matches I've seen this year, so I really enjoyed it.
All right, Travis.
I'm gonna have to disagree with Andrew.
Oh wow.
Not. It was a great match. Not that. It was just that when he said he felt it was too much when Ray hit too many red eyes. I felt it was necessary because it wasn't more just about winning the match. They beat the shit out of each other. It was more like inflicting
fight.
It was inflicting punishment.
Yeah.
He probably could have gotten the win after he hit the third one.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the second one even.
Yeah,
the second one.
It took like 15 or so minutes before the first pinfall was even done in the match.
Yeah, when you guys point that out on commentary.
I think I did.
I think you did, yeah. But I wasn't expecting them to go to the back. They brawled everywhere in the back. It was great. It really was. It inspires me to steal that.
Yeah, I think I might have to do that down the line too. Just go back to
because that's plagiarism.
Yo, I'm sorry. Ben versus Ben Hitman. Ben Hitman versus Ray Gettys. Yes. Sorry. Stone Bruce. Ben Hitman versus Ray Gettys was like the match of the fucking show. The whole show in general. That was the best match ever. Like, it was a fight.
I'd even go as far, and I think some others would probably agree, that that match outshadowed the main event. The actual main event. Over the title belt.
It's an argument that could be made. Like, it was incredible. I think it was the best match of both nights. And I think one thing that really made this match, because obviously there was a reason why these guys had to do stuff, was the story behind it. Like, if they would have just, a month beforehand announced, Ray Gettys is fighting Ben Hitman, yeah, it's cool, but, like, there's no story to it. Ray Gettys and Ben Hitman has been building since, it's gotten, since, like, March?
It's been building a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, we've told the story of how it happened and stuff like that, but, like, it was built up, and we were like...
It's almost a year.
Because one thing that me
and Ray... That's a whim.
Yeah. One thing me and Ray agree on is we like a good story when it comes to just characters in general and matches. There's got to be some sort of purpose to everything. And that's what this was. We could have just as easily done Ray Gettys versus Ben Hitman, like, after the first promo. Ray could have done a promo on Ben Hitman, and Hitman could have been like, let's have a match. But the fact that it was month after month, and Hitman would say, nah, not gonna fight you, and Hitman would go, at the same time, still screw over Ray Gettys because he didn't like Ray. Ray Gettys would do what he had to do to go fight Ben Hitman, and it led up all the way to that promo at Redemption Road, where Hitman and Ray back and forth with all that building up, and Hitman laying down the challenge, and Ray accepting, and then some very personal words said between the two. Adolf doesn't condone what Hitman said. It's very mean on him. But Ray then was going to kick his ass until Hitman had his goons go help him. But as you guys saw, Call Stars, no goons. Hitman went in that match by himself.
I've been poking and prodding at that too the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
With promos. You can't do it by yourself anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was a good match. We beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah, I remember because we were doing commentary, and Like,
I skipped ahead to watch our match, and I watched it with no commentary.
Yeah, and I remember you were saying in the comments, you're like, you beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
It was quite the slugfest. And the thing is, inside scoop here, that whole backstage part wasn't even supposed to be in the final version. Like, literally, the part where they're on the stage that ended up them going to the back and coming back, that was just a matter of like 2 seconds there. And that was going to be the match, so without that. But then I decided a few days later, I'm like, you know what? This needs more. So I went and I found the point that it'd be perfect, and I recorded all that. And I think that added so much more to it, because, like Andrew said earlier, didn't see these guys going to the back. And the fact that these guys...
That's the part I liked most about the match, was them going to the back.
Mm-hmm. And, like, they for these guys who wanted to have this match and fight in the ring, they weren't really in the ring for that long.
Neither one of them, okay, and the commentary, once I did go back and listen to the commentary, you said, I think it was you that said Ray Gettys didn't bring his CCL world title to the ring. It's not about titles for him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way it was. I mean, for both men, honestly, it wasn't about the title. It's just about beating the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
Because they hate each other. They didn't like each other at all. And I mean, from the first time I did promo, you can tell my man didn't like being Hitman. Okay, and then he came back at him, and being just automatically, because I'd said something, didn't like me, and it just it just compounded each other, and they just hated each other.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the story that it told during it was, hey, they just hate each other. They don't care, but it's not about winning the match. It's just about beating the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
So, I liked it.
Andrew, you had something to add there?
Sorry if I cut you off, Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew.
That match was what, Mo, like 45 minutes? So that must have
Well, it was not. It was.
It was like
minutes.
it was like 30 minutes, man.
I don't do 45-minute matches. That's too much for me. But it was long, but it needed to be. You know, there's a purpose for it. But again, we could say it over and over again. It was a great match, and I think it was Adam who said the right guy won. And you know, and it's not just because if Ray doesn't win, the fans are gonna be mad.
No,
it made sense.
The fans from the people I've talked to, the fans liked the match not because of the outcome, because of the way it was portrayed. Right, the way everything went down. Okay, regardless whether who would have won the match, they wasn't going to be in an uproar about it.
Exactly.
So, yeah, so they like the story behind it too. So the guys I talked to at least.
All right, Adam, what were you going to say?
None.
No? Okay. But yeah, it made sense. Gettys finally getting his hands on Hitman, you know, without being pulled apart or getting ganged up on, and he won. So that, I think, it was a fitting way to close day one. Now, day two opens with a lot of people's favorite match, or one of their favorite match, Rumble.
This was...
Oh yeah.
Oh god, I had so much fun.
In my opinion, it's the best Rumble call Rumble that I've ever seen.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, it was a
good
lot of fun.
Like, I mean, before even just like how the match was, it was such a star-studded Rumble, 40 men, and like there were so many people that from all different eras of call that were just big names throughout the match, and it seemed as the match went on, the names just got bigger and bigger and bigger.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Me and Adam and Cash commentating this, we actually got into it because I think Adam was like legitimately pissed off that Moon Moon lasted that long. And it's so funny because like at every other point during the show he's marking out for him, and then the entire match is like, someone fucking eliminate him already. So like that match was great. I loved it.
Probably the best thing I've ever commentated.
Oh yeah, like you could tell.
I'd say you did better than my show too. So
you could tell like it was the commentary. I mean, I was in the call, playing the Vince McMahon role, listening in, giving you guys some notes here and there. But Adam, Andrew, and Cash, definitely, I could tell, and I think everyone else could tell, like, you guys enjoyed the hell out of that match, and it was such a fun match.
So many great highlights. I mean, where to start?
Well, there was Levi.
You guys, unless the lights went off and came back on, the music hit. You guys already knew. You're like, oh god.
And then he got eliminated in 30 seconds.
He's gonna do it.
Why do you guys pick on Levi so much?
I forgot, were we doing this voice throughout the
Yeah,
entire match?
not the whole match when
Andrew,
he
you're
came
the
out.
first one to do the voice.
That was me.
This top
The first thing that you say, oh, I'm here to give my top 10 metal bands of the Rumble.
I'm gonna do this for Megadeth. I'm gonna do this for Slayer and Slipknot.
I want to do it for my Boston Cream. Oh, and then he was gone.
Then he was gone. Mr. Clean getting eliminated. It was funny.
Fuck Moon.
Fuck Moon.
Mr. Clean just showing up in general was great.
Mr.
Fucking Ray. Ray, you were kicking ass.
Yeah, Ray was, and Bowser eliminated him.
And then somebody,
What's up?
Bowser eliminated him. So
Bowser got me.
Big pump.
Bouncer eliminated Ray Getz as well, right?
Yep.
yeah, my boy delivered.
You have defaulted vacant.
I died.
I can't believe I called that beforehand, and that was not planned. That was not planned. I
was trying so hard not to laugh when you said that. I was trying so hard not to laugh.
And then all of a sudden, 2 entries later, here comes vacant. I was like, oh.
Get Chief to win before number 40 came out, and then the
And then Elric's was there, and then fucking Mr. Black can show
Mr. Black showing up from YW. Everybody loves YW. Everybody knows at least who the hell YWE is.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody knows, oh, that's just highlight reel call. But I always thought of it, what if they actually had an actual legit full-length show? And Mr. Black was always my ideal person to bring in. If it wasn't going to be him, it would have been Angel.
Mr. Black competing in his first ever match that's not 10 seconds long.
And he's gonna be in the calls for tournament.
Yep.
God.
Let's talk about. So one of the biggest highlights of the match was TGO going to break, or his attempt to break the record of
And that
most
was
eliminations.
cut off by yours truly.
Yeah, but
on
the way there now, Adam, obviously, you could tell by the commentary, was quite angry that TGO. He's not a big TGO fan.
Get out.
I was upset that frickin' Sonny kept trying to eliminate me when, like, there was, like, 8 other people in the ring.
Lester kept on trying to kept beating up Fisk, and Andrew was getting so mad. He keeps hitting him. Oh my god.
Let's talk about that final 6.
That was the best final 6 ever.
We had,
was just pissed off.
Alex Enterprise, Reaper X, Caleb Blair, Fisk, Lester, and TGO.
Mm-hmm. Talk about a stacked final 6.
And actually the final 10, really.
Mm-hmm.
I think, because before that was
JMI!
JMI.
DUI.
Dude, that's the reason why I kept that. No, that's one of the reasons why I kept that match. Because,
Ladies and gentlemen,
because I recorded the Rumble match like 3 times. Ironically, all 3 times was the same winner. But, like, I kept that version of the match because JMI came out and got eliminated, and TGO was the only one in the ring.
Kenyon Phoenix eliminated Godzilla in mere seconds.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
The God of Monsters was
Bradley Reynolds was in the finals.
3.
Scott Adams was in the finals, even though he didn't know he was in the fucking match.
Ray's inclusion was a shocker.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what the fuck?
Ironically,
Ray was a shining diamond in that match.
You know, actually, one of the recordings of the Rumble, Ray was number 1.
I didn't even know I was going to be in the Rumble.
Yeah.
I, like,
20 people who weren't.
Yeah, only 20 people were announced.
Like, when Ray came out, I was like, I don't know what happened on day 1, so I was like, just coming off of that grueling match. So I was like, I can't say he lost.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, oh, he's probably pissed. Because, well, Ray's always pissed.
Yeah. But yeah, and it came down, the guy who went on to win entered at number 40 with the Alex Enterprise entrant, which
It's the
oh yeah,
Alex Enterprise.
well not in some places. In some places he's just Alex Enterprise.
I don't know what you're talking about, but let's continue.
The Alex Enterprise entered the match.
No, you gotta say it like Travis.
The Alex Enterprise. And he entered, and I think that was pretty shocking. I mean, I knew, but I think besides with the exception of Cash here, Adam and Andrew didn't see Alex coming in there.
No, I had no idea.
I didn't think he was going to be in it because of him versus Seth.
Mm-hmm.
So
I didn't expect
that was billed.
I didn't expect those matches to be on the same night.
Yeah,
Time's a charm. You know, he entered twice last year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
been
beat up
eventually.
Fandango.
But yeah, Alex won.
I would have laughed my ass off if he
According to
came out
Adam, Ray
again.
beat up Bo Dallas to get in the match.
Apparently.
I'm so upset with Bo Dallas. But not only does Bo Dallas not show up, Travis Sparks didn't show up either.
Hey, Jay Crack didn't show up.
No, and Jay didn't show up.
It's true.
This Rumble made, you know what? I'm taking you back when I said
Hey, Lester showed up.
I remember Gorilla Radio hit, and I thought it was Carol, but it was
I thought it was
no
Carol
one.
too. I thought it was.
I was like, wait a minute.
Sacco.
Oh. No.
No.
what a Rumble. It was the best. That's so much.
Is that like going to be like Carol's singles theme if he ever comes back or whatever? It's just going to be Gorilla Radio.
Someone had a con.
So, but what do you guys think of Alex win? Like it? Don't like it?
No, I think it's
Not a-
I like it.
I think I've been saying this for months. If you're going to have someone that's a champion that's supposed to represent the top guy in CAW, Alex is my pick for that. So
out of the last six.
if he's not full time anymore, I still think it's the best possible choice you can go with.
I
And the
Cole
last
All-Stars
six
isn't full time either. So.
Out of
Yeah.
the last six, he's the only one.
Yeah, I mean,
Sense.
aside from the fact that Sonny kept wanting to sit on me, I just can't.
Yeah, oh my god, he keeps hitting me.
Like Sonny, Lester, and Fisk were. If they would have won, they're not ready for that.
And there's Reaper X who would have
Reaper X is past his prime.
Same as TGO.
That's his prime. Fuck TGO.
Fresh is from a dead bed, so.
So is TGO if you think about it.
Yeah.
So and who was the other one?
Me.
Blair.
Oh, okay,
Caleb
Blair
Blair
could
could have won.
Blair could have won, but the rightful choice, it was Alex. And that's even more legitimacy, because, now you have Alex going pretty much, I don't know where it's going to go, but I'm going to take a guess he's probably going to wait until next year to do
The final, actually, Caleb Blair was one of the final two, actually, in the other Rumble I recorded, and the other one was Chris Knight.
Chris Knight's entrance.
I honestly wanted Chris Knight to win the whole Rumble.
I misread his shirt. I thought it said dicks to asses. So,
I love that shirt. I laughed so hard at that shirt.
Why are we
I
all
forgot about that.
I was like, is Chris Knight gay or something? I was like,
Dicks to ass.
it is legal.
Oh my god.
Country now.
Oh my god.
I got
It's Dude Pride's new t-shirt.
What if he was gay and you're making fun of him for it now?
It's Dude Pride's
I
new
was like,
t-shirt.
is he gay? Because I don't want CCL. So I was
It's
like,
Gilbert
I don't know.
Blaze's new t-shirt.
Oh my
It's
god.
Gilbert
But,
Blaze's
once
new
again, COH controlled the Rumble.
They did.
Well, I like to thank everyone that represented either me or YWF or anyone else, like Daniel Mars, Canyon Phoenix, Lester Barkley especially. He deserves to be in that Rumble. He's really getting himself well known out, in the call world. He's competing in a lot of places.
Mm-hmm.
He just made his debut in DCA.
ECA, yeah.
Yeah, wow. I know he's in UCCW, CWXI. I think he's in there too. And he's everywhere.
People want him.
I really think Sonny's going to be a really big star within the next few years.
He has a potential.
If he continues this momentum.
Yeah.
He is, because he knows a lot of people too.
Mm-hmm.
He's got connections. And that's good for him.
Oh hell yeah!
And I'm very proud how far Sonny has gotten.
Well, if you were so proud, why'd you not pick him for the tournament?
It was Zaguni. You gotta go with Zaguni. But we'll get into the tournament later, because that's actually the next thing. I announced the tournament, but I'll save that for when we finish Call Stars.
I rate that Rumble 5 stars, by the way.
5 stars?
Yeah.
That was
the best match.
I
like that.
I tried to be a character, but I couldn't do it.
I out of that whole Rumble, I recorded out of all the Rumbles and Call Stars, I've recorded 5 of the 7 Call Stars. Like actually 4 of the 7 Call Stars, and that was my favorite one I've ever recorded. And that was my favorite one to ever commentate, and I've commentated almost all of them.
5 stars. It had everything. Everything you would want out of Call from all different sides of the world. Whether it be Call, or it be shooting style, fantasy. It just had everything.
Yeah.
It was all mixed up into one, blended perfectly. It was great.
For a person who pretty much...
The 2 favorite matches I've ever commentated were both Rumble matches. Unfortunately, one of them didn't have the commentary put it in the final version, but this one did, and
Did what?
Okay, next match.
5 stars.
5 stars.
I busted my ass putting that together. So.
Reverse Brian Alvarez. 5 stars.
Putting all those entrances in.
So, yeah.
Actually, no, 4 stars, no Bodals.
Oh my gosh.
4 out of 10.
We'll fuck again.
Anyway.
Goodbye again.
Great match. But we must continue. Next up is the 6 female tag team match from CCL.
Okay, hold on. Fuck you. Let me start this first. That, Socko, that is how you do a 6-man tag with women.
Yeah?
I didn't have women in the other 6-man.
That's how the fuck you put together a match. Because, Jesus Christ, the finish of that match, the last 5 minutes was all eliminations. That was fucking awesome.
I have a grudge against
that match teabagged the shit out of the last 6-man tag.
That's because Socko, this sucks.
I have a grudge against this match because
we had to do. That was the second time we did commentary for it.
The match was great. It was a CCL women's match as usual, which are always really always entertaining. And then there was commentary for this match.
There was commentary, yes.
Which kind of took me out of the match a little bit because somebody who's not here, the British guy who apparently was like, let's just be sexist entire match.
That was Socko's idea.
Let's see.
You were the one.
No offense
the
to
jokes.
No offense to Steven. I'm pretty sure a lot of you I have nothing against him, but I'm not a fan of him as a commentator. I feel his commentary takes away from the match.
Back in the day, I'll defend him here a little bit. Back in the day, Steven used to be a really good commentator.
He
used to be a very good play. He used to do play-by-play. When he does color commentary, he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he don't care.
That's his problem, and he's burnt out
midway through matches. And there's a reason why, is because we had to do this match twice, and this match is like 20 minutes long, and we were all like kind of out of it, and we went back and did it, and we just weren't invested in it fully, and that's why I kind of have a grudge against this match, because I had to see it more times than I wanted to.
I think the thing with Steven is you could tell from this match to the next match and to the last man standing match, he gave a shit about calling the cage match because there was something invested for him into it. He wasn't, he doesn't know any of these people, so.
He knew who Evan Rockville was, yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why he was more invested for that one. But, he didn't give a shit when he was calling the Great D match. I mean, the dick jokes.
Okay, yeah, actually, that's the next match.
That was fun.
Next match was the cage match.
No, it wasn't.
Right?
No, it was the cage match.
Cage match.
I'm pretty sure it was...
Fix your notes, Socko.
The next match was Fisk versus Great D.
No, it was Fisk versus Great D.
It was Fisk and D, my bad. We're stupid.
I was right. I edited the show.
Numb nuts.
I forgot about the triple threat match, so... Okay.
Shut up.
Everybody gets one, Peter.
No.
Next up is Fisk versus the Great D, or lots of dick jokes.
Dick jokes. Alright, not only dick jokes, but somebody trying to put somebody through a table for 5 fucking minutes. The Japanese table.
I'm sorry.
That fucking table.
Japanese table.
Yeah, Travis, I'm sorry. I was kind of let down though.
If Botchaglitchamania
I wasn't a fan of it myself.
If Botchaglitchamania ever came back, the Japanese table joke would be in there.
Because a little backstory. Originally, I recorded the match as a one-on-one match, and that, in my opinion, that one-on-one match came off 10 times better. Cause I didn't have to worry about doing too many crazy spots, and then Psycho said, "Oh, by the way, Travis, I forgot to tell you, it's the last man standing." Well, fuck.
Yeah.
I recorded it, and it's together. Here you go. You know, I got the match all in early. I'm feeling good. I'm like, oh yeah, I got it all in nice and early. You know, it don't bother me. And then I gotta re-record it, so I gotta redo some of those spots. I gotta try to top what I did before. It's gotta be better than the Ultimate Glory match, because you know, it's a rematch. You gotta go bigger. And I thought it was okay. I didn't hate it, but
I debuted new attire. That was
Yeah.
I like the attire.
I think, bias aside, the last man standing match from the first day was paced better than this one, where this one was a lot of, like, there was a lot of weapon spots that were trying to be done, and a continuation of that just kind of like was like, oh, okay, he does a spot, he does a finisher, he does a weapon. It's like it wasn't paced well enough.
I think I filmed that match on my first try. Usually when I do hardcore matches, I usually rehearse them.
I was only able to really stay in focus in the match because of the commentary.
Unless I am remembering this right, I think one thing I did like about the match is that I don't think it ended with a crazy spot. I think it just ended with a Dark Void.
Yeah, you only hit one Dark Void in that match.
It ended very...
I only hit one and that ended it.
It's like, all of this, only one Dark Void ended it, though.
Well he's gotta look really strong.
Now, let me ask you guys this, because this is something that could be put up for debate. You know, we've been debating on certain matches if the right guy won. Do you guys feel the right guy won?
I don't know about that.
Between Fisk and the Great D?
Because this is the second time Great D has lost to Fisk, and you know, maybe with to CCL, him losing to Fisk, it's not. It is kind of a big blight against it because Great D is such a big thing, but I mean, this was more of a COH match because it was a rematch from that show, even though Great D was representing. He was still CCL. But then he loses yet again, and if this is a COH match, that's another loss on Great D's record for that, so it kind of diminishes. It's making him it's not making him look credible. I think a win here would have been nice, and then you could have done the rubber match later down the line. But I think it could have gone either way. But I think Great D was the more right choice. Where Fisk winning is fine, but Great D I think needed it more.
Right.
No, I'm gonna say the right guy. I'm gonna say the right guy won here for a few reasons. Number one, one, it's me. Two, I think this basically ends the feud because technically this is COH's version of my character, and I'm a face there now, and so is Great D. So, whereas the first match I was a heel, second match I was a face. That doesn't really matter. Third reason, I lost to Call Stars last year to someone that hasn't even been on your frickin' show yet. So, I needed that win back.
He's coming.
Okay. There we go.
Alright, Ray?
I liked the match. I mean, it was, like y'all said, there was some
I like
parts.
the match too. I mean, I do see where people come from. It's like, should the Great D should have won, but I believe Fisk should have won just to end the feud.
And that's what I think. I mean, like Travis said, it was my call, so don't give Travis the flack if you're like, I thought the Great D should have won, or Great D is the greatest. See, Great D is awesome, and he could have won. It was actually a lot of discussion with me and some people and myself who should win this match, because like Adam said, it could have gone either way. Great D could have really used the win since he lost at Ultimate Glory. But at the same time, Fisk could have won just as well. I made the call to have Fisk win because I felt, if Great D would have won, there would have had to be a third match. And while I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, it puts a little bit on either a future calls or a special or a COH or CCL to do something that may not be, then be like, oh, we have to do this, which it goes out of our plans. I thought it was easier and better to finish the feud at Call Stars. And I think that the way to do that is you have Fisk win, and also it makes Fisk look dominant. Because you gotta remember, Fisk, even though he had, I think he's lost twice, right, in COH?
Something like that.
Yeah, he's only lost like twice.
Lester and Jay the first time.
Yeah, so Fisk doesn't lose very often. So you still have to build that whole monster effect and build that, like, this was a guy that was just undefeated, and just because he isn't anymore doesn't mean he can lose whenever. He still has to win a lot of the time because he wins. He wins a lot. But that's just my opinion.
Since you put it that way, I'm leaning towards, maybe you made the right move by having Fisk win.
Yeah.
Because you were watching out for me, and it makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. So that's my reasoning. Before I get some of the people, and I'm sure I will, they'll be like, Fisk is your friend. Ugh, you don't like the Great D. I like the Great D. I don't talk to him very often.
I like the Great D, okay? I'm friends with the Great D and talk to him quite a bit, actually. But I think with the way you put it just now, you put the right guy as the winner.
Yeah. There's legit reasoning for it. But that's just opinion. Next up is the steel cage match between AWF and ECF. Former ECF champion, the Amazing AJ, up against a former AWF champion, Evan Rockville. I'll give my take on it first. I thought it was a good match. Evan Rockville has been somewhat of a Call All-Stars regular since the beginning, and especially in the last couple of years, built up quite an impressive winning streak in the last few Call All-Stars. And I feel that it was a good match between the two. AWF and ECF, those are two shows that I always get messages about that they want to see a collaboration between the two shows. So I thought it was a little tease, a little nice preview for maybe what's to come. Hint, hint.
Wait.
But yeah, I thought it was good, and also I built up Rockville because he's been winning. I made the call that I thought the Amazing AJ should win because the Amazing AJ, while he's a very big figure over in ECF, he's like the guy there. But an overall call presence, he doesn't have the name built up like Evan Rockville has. Evan Rockville's been there since first Call Stars, so for the Amazing AJ to win that, I felt that really built him up. That's why I had him win, and he had a cool little frog splash from the top of the cage. Onto
Bacon.
Hey, you should be happy. You did a nice frog splash. It's your finish.
He frog splashed Chris Benoit. He frog splashed Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit.
The whiff of air.
Oh, okay. See, that one was different, alright? I was hoping he was going to do a drop kick. He did not. That was not a drop kick. So I had shit, what do I do? Well, Evan Rockville's going to laugh at him and then jump on him.
Well, obviously that didn't happen.
Well, no, he did laugh. He found it very funny. And then he jumped on him because he's like, oh, you dumb. But yeah, that's my take. Adam?
Yeah, it was a cage match.
Very well said.
I mean, it was fine. I think the biggest issue with this match is there was really no build.
That's the reason why I really didn't... I watched it. I thought it was alright. But I didn't really see no point to the match. It was really, like I said, no build. Had there been, an AWF ECF storyline, I don't know. You had, AJ come in AWF or, Rockville go to ECF, it would have been a lot better. But I felt like it was just there. But it wasn't a bad match.
No, it wasn't a bad match. It's just, it it was hard to sort of get invested. Like, why are they fighting? Is it just because bragging rights? And if that's the case, why a cage match?
I get it if they're like the main eventers of like their shows too. It's like, oh, well, then again.
Okay, but it's a cage match. Usually that's a cage match is supposed to be used when it matters. What was the point of it here?
I kind of had the same gripe about calls. There's 5 when Evan Rockville fought Josh Wall in an I Quit match. It's
just, here's the sake of putting a gimmick match on the card. Fine match. Everything, it worked well, obviously, except for the botch. And, yeah, cool, yay. AJ won, which is great. But, what was the real point of this match? If it's leading to that crossover show, still, I don't think there was really no reason for this. The match that should have probably happened could have maybe even been a rematch of AJ and Tyler, not Shawn, because at least there's something there. Rockville.
That was the original plan. Sacco changed it to Rockville.
Mm-hmm. I think you should have went with the original idea then.
I think you should have went with Rock. I think you actually should have went with Sean Riley and made it for the ECF championship.
Rockville could have been in the Rumble for all we know, and it would have been fine. I don't know if you just wanted to get Rockville on that card.
I wanted Rockville on the card because I felt Rockville not being on the card wouldn't be right.
Could have been in the Rumble for all we care.
Well, I made a very bad call and put someone else in the Rumble instead.
Damn it, Bacon.
No, it was Ian Morgan, I think, right? No, JMI. I'm just...
DUI.
Fine match, just no really context behind it. And for that, I couldn't really get invested.
Alright.
Yeah, basically what they said. I thought going out, I was like, did I miss something? Like, I didn't understand, why are these guys fighting, and why are they fighting in a steel cage? I mean, did something happen in AWF or ECF? If you are going to hint towards a super show, I think maybe then this match would make a little more sense. I mean, I wouldn't answer all the questions, but you'd be like, oh, okay, it was built up towards towards a super show. Fine, I'll let it go.
All right.
But it was what it was. The steel cage. You can't really do a lot in a steel cage match. You can't, no matter what match it is or who's in it. It was what it was. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I was just in the middle.
All right. Ray, anything else to add before I send it to Andrew?
It wasn't a bad match. Cage matches. There's only so much you can do with cage matches.
Very limited. Yeah. All right, Andrew, you go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Words, Andrew. Words.
All right. Andrew's not here.
Andrew has died.
Give him a second. He's trying to learn how to form the word. So he's got it written down actually.
I
gotta pull it out.
There's one thing I'm going to add while we're waiting on Andrew. I think if I would have known that if we were to have 2 last man standings in advance, maybe it would have made more sense to throw Fisk and Great D in a cage.
Yeah.
In a cage.
2 heavyweights, clashing in a cage.
All right, hold on. Andrew's ready.
Go ahead.
All right, I liked the match just fine, except for the botch, especially commentating that when I just see randomly him jump off the cage.
Should have given him a drop kick.
I was literally like, what the hell was that? And yeah, but I thought the match was fine. I don't think this was really a match that needed to have a background around it or anything. Like, that would have been cool. But at the same time, it's like, okay, these are just 2 shows fighting, and these 2 shows more than likely will be collaborating in the future. So, here's a little tease of what might come. This wasn't my first choice, though. Like we said, the original plan was Tyler Riley versus AJ. And because, that was the match I did on my show before, and I wanted to do that again, but Sock was like, let's change it to Rockville. There were a couple others I had in mind. One of them actually sort of happened on the pre-show, so that was kind of cool. But that wasn't with AWF, that was with AJ's show. But I thought the match was fine. Although I do feel that, considering AJ is currently not on my show right now because he's on hiatus, him coming out as a heel kind of hurt what I'm building up, but whatever. I don't care. It was a good match.
Well, did he really come out as a heel? He just came out.
He came out as what he was before, but the plan was for him not to show up until he comes back. But considering I kind of went on hiatus in the last few months, I couldn't do that, so whatever. Good match. I liked it.
Alright.
I think this match would have worked better if it was just, like Andrew said, if it was just a showcase match and you didn't have the steel cage and you just made it a one-on-one match, I think it would have came off a lot better. It's a showcase match, AWF versus ECF. Boom, that's it.
Adding the steel cage.
And adding steel cage, you may feel like, oh, wait. What am I missing here? Is there more to the match?
I think if it would have just been, AWF versus ECF, we're building it's dream, the crossover match you've always wanted. Sure, people would have, I don't think anybody would bat an eye, but you add that steel cage, it starts to raise questions, and that's when people get confused.
Yeah, basically, yep.
Alright. Next up is one of the biggest matches of the night, which was the Alex Enterprise going up against Seth McInerney, and that is a
Who did it first match?
Huh?
Who did it first match?
Yeah, who did it first? It's funny because...
It's more of a who did it better match.
Yeah, well, that's what we found out.
The person who did it the best was the terrorists.
Oh, jeez.
Always goes back to terror.
Allow me, before we give some thoughts on this match, give a little quick back history that you could have seen in the video. This started, there's always been something there, COH having the Alex Enterprise, YWF having Seth McInerney, similar characters, not the same, but similar characters, and so similar elements to their characters, and it was always like one of those what would happen if these two fought? And then when Alex was on the Shawn Walsh show, Alex, he talked about what he felt, and what he really didn't make public beforehand is that he felt like, I did the Alex Enterprise first, I did the whole...
They're stealing from me!
Yeah. There's always something with those two shows and stealing.
Well, guess what? Travis just pointed it out. Guess there's going to be a new a mere podcast talking about how this entire episode was just us bashing YWF.
Yep. I spent the entire episode, the whole 2 hours bashing us. And something about Call All Stars.
Yeah, but... Alex said, what he thought, and he was like, I did this first, and, I just always felt like that the fact that you never said that, it kind of hurt and all that kind of stuff. And it was interesting, and caught a lot of people, caught me off guard, and I didn't think he had any opinions on any of that stuff. And it was just a little out of character thing that I got to give the credit here to Stu. He took that, and he just took it, and he made it a thing. Like he did a promo as Seth McInerney on the Call Shoot page, and he took it and he made it as a storyline. He did it in character, and it wasn't even supposed to, at least from what I'm aware of, wasn't even supposed to lead to anything. It was just him doing it for the sake of doing it, and he did that promo, and it made it what was actually real into a storyline. And then I was like, I messaged Stu and Alex, and I'm like, hey, what do you guys think about doing a match called All Stars? And they were both down and said they liked it. Alex obviously gave his retort, and that was awesome. And it led to this match, which, like I said from earlier on, a lot of people who watch YWF and COH, this is a dream match. The two finally collided, and I think it lived up to the build. So I'm going to send it to you guys. Give your thoughts on it. Andrew, you go first.
I thought the match was awesome. It was Funarchist versus Anarchist. It was exactly what I expected. And I think the right guy did go over. Although now that Alex won the Rumble, looking back on it, because we commentated that before the Rumble match, I do think it might be a little overkill winning 2 huge matches in one night.
Disagree.
It changes the time. I thought it was a cool match, especially since, at the time, YWF obviously had the return show, but this was the first time a YWF character was on a show in almost a year, so that was cool, and I really enjoyed it. So,
right.
That was probably my favorite match of day 2, not being the one.
Alright, Cash?
This is about the main event.
The Alex and
Alex
Seth
Enterprise
match.
and Seth. Oh, yeah. Ironically, I was watching that match, and when I was actually watching it the first time I ever watched it, it died in the middle. My laptop died in the middle of the match. Like it was like, at some point in the match, Seth has Alex locked in the label lock. And I was right there, and I was like, oh my god, this might be the end of the match, and then my laptop died. And I was like, well, that's a big letdown. Ain't that some shit? And I was surprised about who won. I actually thought Seth was going to walk away the winner. I liked it. It was a really awesome match. They beat the shit. It was another one of those matches where they just beat the hell out of each other. And it had a good story going into it. I loved the promo. The promo was the best.
Promo was great, yeah. Alright, Ray?
I thought the match itself was great. And I liked the backstory with it. Like you said earlier, I'm a backstory person. So, with how Stu came on the call sheet page, and then Alex did his rebuttal to him, and one thing led to another. That was great. I don't like it because you didn't get my damn logo on Alex's CAW. I got to throw that in there. You get that on there if he's going to be on AWF, though. If you got it, I guess you still got it.
Yeah, I think so. I'll check.
I hope you do, because I'm sure the damn server has deleted it by now.
Alright, Adam? Besides the Rumble, probably my favorite match of day 2. Again, just retorting what everybody says. Backstory was great. It made sense. I might be the only person here who kind of wanted Seth to win. Not just because Alex had won the Rumble match, sometimes I feel like some people deserve a rub. Alex has had enough in his career that a loss that wouldn't hurt him, Stu hasn't had a big win in a long time, whether it be Zayn or, Seth. So I would have liked it better if Seth would have won, but, you can't do anything about that now. But sure, Alex winning is great. And the match was sort of like the day 2 version of what the main event of day 1 was. It was just, let's just go out there and kill each other. And it's exactly what they did. And for that, it worked. And hey, people here said Steven sucks when he's not interested. This match got him interested, and I think that did something. That's a good way to say that this match did what it had to do. It gave people what they wanted. We got that dream match that people have been waiting for. No shenanigans or anything. Everything worked out well. Did the right guy win? In the long run, yeah, the right guy won. But I would have been okay with that.
Alright, Travis?
Oh, save me for last.
Yeah.
Well, there's a few things I want to address, actually. I also want to address the shooting interview, too, but we'll get to that later. First things first, a lot of people are going to be disappointed. I did not watch the match.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was so fucking exhausted from watching the Rumble match. Because I actually watched it twice. I enjoyed it that much.
I've watched it more than once.
I've watched it more than once as well.
I took a break, and I never got back to finishing out CAW All-Stars Day 2, because I didn't watch the Seth match nor the main event, so I can't comment on that. But I will say this. I disagree with you guys. The right guy won. Would it hurt if Seth would have won? No. But, in all honesty, Seth is not on Alex's level, popularity-wise. Give Seth more time, I'm pretty sure you could get up there. But when I think of top guys, I don't really think of Seth McInerney, no offense to Stu. If anything, I think Chronix is on a higher level than Stu is. So if anything, I make an argument Chronix and Alex would be, top levels of the Fed. Like, you do top guys. Who are the top guys in YWF? Name your top 3. I would say... Huh?
Top 3 in YWF?
Yeah, go ahead. You have to name your top 3.
Probably Seth, Chronic, Marco. Not Marco, Mocha.
Okay, man, yeah.
I would say Chronic.
I think it's Chronic's Mocha Bane and then interchangeable between Seth and Austin Reed.
I'm a fan of Mike McGregor's.
Well, Mike
Really?
McGregor.
I mean, it'll be interchangeable between, for me, Seth and, call me crazy, Amir.
I'd say Amir also.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I mean,
I'd say Amir, Mocha Bane, and Chronics, and
I mean, they gave Seth the belt, but I still never looked at Seth as the top guy, you know?
I thought about that when I first saw Austin Reed, but then he got.
Same with Austin. I never really saw him as the top guy.
Seth could have been something. I mean, the hiatus happened, and then that caused a lot of the momentum of WWF in general to just not get a lot of traction. While that was going on, Alex is doing a shit ton of crap. You know, he's doing his farewell thing with COH with Ultimate Glory and everything. He's showing up in AWF. He wins the Rumble.
That's what I'm saying. I think Alex has done a lot more than.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't. But then again, you can't really blame that because there was a hiatus. How was Seth going to get over?
And I'll say that too.
And now that YWF is back, a big win like this out of the blue, without any of us knowing that it was coming back, would have been a big shocking moment, and it could have helped Seth in the long run to move forward.
It could have.
It could have, but that's, like you said, we didn't know.
But plus, Alex is in YWF now, so
yeah.
It could have really went both ways.
And then there's that.
I mean, because I'll say this because obviously I recorded the match and I made the call. My call was because I told these guys, I know Adam was he was telling me, like he's saying here, that he would have liked to see Seth win. It could have gone either way. It was
I mean, Seth still looked like $1 million in the match.
Yeah, but the way I saw it was, like Travis was talking about, Alex, he just came off of a huge COH run. He's shown up in AWF. Now he's showed up in YWF.
And he's been around a lot longer. That's the ultimate. He's been around a lot longer than Seth.
Yeah, he's been all over the place, and just actively, right now, he's doing more. Because beforehand, Seth wasn't really doing anything because YWF was on hiatus. The most he was doing was because he did it on his own with this feud with Alex. So with YWF's future uncertain, my thing was, well, if Seth wins, what does that mean? Like, if YWF doesn't come back, does it mean anything? If Seth gets a win, cool, and it could have worked, but it doesn't help anything. He gets a win, and then Alex was it's a safer bet, and I think he's gonna benefit a lot.
And plus, he won the Rumble, he won another big match, and if he's gonna go for the belt, I mean, shit, he's gonna look like $1 million if he ends up winning the Call Stars title.
Mm-hmm. So, again, that's another match you could go either way for, but I still think the right call was made.
I think so too.
But hey, all this is a matter of opinion. But overall, any more thoughts on the match?
That's everything on the match.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're on to the main event. This is an interesting one.
Oh yeah.
All right. Now we're going to spoil Travis here, who hasn't seen it yet. Obviously, everyone knows the main event going in for the Call All Stars Championship. New Call All Stars champion C.J. Hawkins defending the championship against former champions A.J. Young and Quicksilver. It was a huge built-up match. Quicksilver winning the tournament. AJ using his rematch clause. First time that where the current and two former champions are fighting for that title. It was like, who's gonna win? Because, some people thought, oh, well, AJ's gonna lose the title at Call All Stars, and he lost the title right before Call All Stars, so it was like, well, what happens now? And, well, what happens wasn't so simple. What ended up happening was they fought, and Hawkins ended up fighting injured because he was selling the injury from day one. He was attacked backstage, but he was able to fight through it. He got double teamed on for a lot of the match there. And Hawkins looked like he was going to, send the crowd home happy, and he was going to retain the title. And that's not what happened because then the lights went out. So I was like, oh shit, what's going on? And there's Kamikaze. Kamikaze coming out. You know, we saw him earlier. He's having the same look, and it was like, alright, what's Kamikaze doing out here? He goes, and him and CJ Hawkins, they start fighting. And you're like, oh, alright, well, this makes sense because Kamikaze, now obviously a heel, could blame CJ Hawkins for ruining his moment. Well, then you see, here comes Justin Sparks. And then here comes Ian Morgan. And then then you see they all stand together and they beat down CJ Hawkins. And the formation of some type of stable or union was formed there, and the lights went out. AJ, when the lights came back on, AJ was in the ring. AJ hit the Young Disaster, and AJ Young wins back the Call All-Stars Championship. So, and I also have a story on that match. But before we get to that, I'm gonna get thoughts on everything. So,
well, before you guys start, I have to go.
All right.
So before I let say thanks for having me on the show. Call All Stars was great both nights. I recommend everyone check them out. I was gonna address something else, but I don't have the time, and to be honest, it's really not worth it. It's pointless.
All right.
So guys, thank you. And you know, just be sure to stick around. I have more updates soon on COH. We got the DCA Super Show happening. We also got CCL Super Show happening. A lot of big stuff. Outbreak should be up next week.
All right.
But Bo Dallas is gonna debut?
And then,
No.
yes.
And after Outbreak, I got Anarchy in the UK. That is already done, filmed, edited. It's like ready to go up as in done. So I'll follow up a few days after.
That's when Bo Dallas debuts.
So thanks for having me on the show, guys. Hopefully to be back soon.
Oh, you will.
Thanks, guys. Peace.
See you, Travis.
All right.
All right. So, Andrew, how about you? You go first.
I'll go first. I'm gonna be completely honest here.
Well, I don't want you to lie.
My experience with the main event is the Call All Stars 8 commercial. I forgot to watch the main event, but I will go by the ending, and I will just say it's Call All Stars 6 all over again. Like, I didn't want AJ to win back the belt. He did. So there's that. And this is a question. I'm gonna look like an idiot for saying this. What show is Justin Sparks from again?
DIW.
DIW.
Oh, okay, that makes sense now. Yeah, I mean, you got a new stable going on, but I mean, is this going to be in AWF? Is this going to be in PCW? Is this going to be in DIW?
It won't be a. It's a.
Well, Kamikaze's technically only in PCW, so right now at least, you know. I'm assuming this means that it's promoted to the main roster.
I'll say this without giving too much away. It's going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
So I just found the pairing to be a little random. But it was
I think that's the point of it, though, is that it's three guys you'd never expect to work together.
Mm-hmm. But it was decent. I'm not a fan of AJ winning the belt back, because it just makes Redemption Road look pointless. I think next year I hope he drops Dallas next year, whoever wins the tournament, but that's just me. I might be the very vocal minority on this one, but I'm sure the match was great. I will say, though, I did find it kind of weird how Seth and Alex had a promo, and Hitman and Gettys had one, but the main event of the show didn't. That kind of threw me off.
That's laziness on my part.
I'm
my
gonna say this, and please, this is probably gonna sound really weird when you hear it. I don't think it should that win should have benefited AJ Young more than it should have benefited, because really, you saw Ian Morgan earlier in the show, and he's AWF, and AJ's in AWF, but and then you saw Justin Sparks, who you didn't see at all. Like, during the whole show at all. This was Justin Sparks' only appearance, which surprised everybody, really. It was like, oh, what's Justin Sparks doing here? He hasn't been seen in a year.
Yeah.
I think because he was from DIW, and that's probably one of the only reasons why I thought this, it should have benefited Quicksilver. more than AJ Young. I honestly thought Quicksilver should have won this match because he came out of Call Star 6 with the old Call Stars title. He cuts this promo talking about how he should win the title one more time, and then he wins the tournament. He actually had a lot of build-up going into this match, and I feel like he was just there. He was like Shawn Michaels in the whole Chris Benoit Triple H thing during WrestleMania 20, pretty much. That's what I'd compare it to.
See, I'll say this. I'm going to disagree with you there. And I think the reason why Saka put the belt back on AJ is because out of all the three, AJ's the most active guy. Like Hawkins, BYU is dead, so aside from the off, he's not doing anything anymore. And DIW is a once every year type of thing now, or whenever Steven wants to do it. So, I mean, if you want to go by that logic, I can see why AJ won. But I do agree with you that a DIW guy in the stable,
especially the fact that Call Stars has this cool little schedule coming up now with this tournament going off, all these shows happening in October, November, and December. Quicksilver would have a lot of time had he won the title to defend the belt at those times. Mm-hmm. It would have still made sense, but I see how it makes sense with AJ being more active and everything. So I'm not saying it was a bad idea. It's just how I would have booked it.
All right, Adam.
Oh, Dallas.
Thank you.
Travis Sparks.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. That's because I recorded it. Which is something Sacco and Steven should never ask from me again. Because I don't play matches. Yeah, sure, the match was fine, I guess. It was, like, not good, though, because compared to the rest of the show, it didn't feel like a main event.
I think it was better after watching it. Like when we recorded it was.
Well, even like, cause like Gettys and Hitman, I just felt like a bigger match than this, and that's probably because the star power was there. You know, people don't know who Quicksilver is unless they watch Call Stars, because DIW again has been dead or comes back for a day. But how many people remember it or watch it? And then
Quicksilver, mind you, held that belt for like 4 years though.
I know, but okay. Quick little jab here. Not gonna put anybody down, but I'm just gonna give my opinion here. When Quicksilver held that belt, Call Stars was nothing. It's become something now because there's more publicity for it because of all these other people being brought in, where originally it was like your clique of federations, and we all know the backstory why you guys did Call Stars, but it was your little clique, and not many people gave a shit, or people don't remember it. Now people are watching it because there's federations that everybody watches, so they watch it and then they get wrapped in, so they're going to continue. So Quicksilver is kind of just like, who this guy, why he here, and Hawkins, AWF obviously uses him, and I agree with Andrew, he's not active. So it kind of is like, well, okay, he's got the belt, but he can't do a promo, so we don't get to see enough of it. So giving it back to AJ, I guess, works. But I think the people in the match just, I'm a Hawkins fan, but I just didn't think it had enough of that modernized star power besides AJ. AJ is a big name because he's DZW, AWF, ECF, COH. Hawkins is AWF. He wasn't COH, but even in AWF, you don't really hear a promo from him. And Quicksilver shows up once a year. So it didn't feel like a big enough main event like Gettys and Hitman. And I do agree, your laziness did affect it because no promo package. Why am I invested in this? This is the world title match. This is the main event of your show. It didn't have enough backing to it. And the ending, awesome. It's great. It builds up. We're all confused. What's going on? Sweet. But it doesn't help. It doesn't help. What's the word I'm looking for? But I can't think of the word. But it doesn't help credibility. It doesn't help give credibility to a lackluster main event that I don't feel should have been it. I think that could have been the main event for day one, and Ray and Hitman should have been the main event of day two. But that's just my opinion. I could be in the minority here.
All right. Before I go and say something, Ray, do you have anything to add?
I didn't get to watch the whole match, but I was surprised whenever AJ Young lost the title to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
But I was fine with seeing him win it back.
Alright. So, here's my stories and explanation and stuff like that. Alright, so, first of all, AJ winning back the title, like you guys said, it made sense. That is one of the biggest reasons why he won it back. Like, the original plan for many, many months, like, since CAW All-Star 6, the actual original plan was going to be, alright, we were going to rematch AJ and Hawkins. And then it was like, wait a minute, no, let's bring Quicksilver into it to bring a pass element, and Hawkins was going to get himself added to the match, and Hawkins was going to get that big win and win at CAW All-Stars. But, I was talking with Steven, because, as you guys know, as I would tell you guys, those times where we'd be like, oh yeah, we talked about CAW All-Stars for like 2 hours, and you'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? You're starting to see some of it now. It was widely discussed between me and him. I was like, should we do that? Should we go with Hawkins win the title? And then the way I was like, you know what? That's why the thing was Redemption Road. It was done in Redemption Road instead of CAW All-Stars, because I'm like, you know what? A lot of people are expecting AJ's going to lose the belt at CAW All-Stars. No one's going to be expecting him to lose it at Redemption Road, and CJ Hawkins kind of needs that moment. So that's why it was done a little bit earlier, and we talked about it earlier, and I talked to you guys about it. A lot of you guys were really shocked when it happened, and majorly happy about it. Maybe just like seeing AJ lose. I don't know. But then they set up for the triple threat match, and AJ won the title. Also, too, another reason is to further the storyline, because if you could tell, there's a reason why they attacked CJ Hawkins. So, and then AJ go in there, he wins the title. The storyline with this group has been in discussion for the last 5 or 6 months between me and Steven. So, when people say I can't keep a secret, yeah. This has been planned. The idea behind it was me and Steven had to keep it secret, so that's why if you look, Justin Sparks, DIW, Ian Morgan, AWF. So, that's why, because we had to do it in a way that we didn't have to tell people. So, like, not even AJ knew. And then when it comes to the match, one thing you guys out there don't know is Adam was not aware was what happened after match. Literally when the screen hit black, that's the last part Adam knew. As the way we did it was me and Steven, we tricked Adam. We told Adam that Hawkins was going to retain the title, and when he hit that Hawks Wings, there was actually a pin, 1, 2, 3, and that was supposed to be Hawkins retains the title. And it's funny because afterwards, Adam was like, oh, that kind of felt a little anticlimactic. And that was done on purpose because then I went on my own and recorded the match where there was the other
Fire?
Huh? No, the BDC. They're not leaving. So that's what happened there, because it was done as a shock, because me and Steven, we needed a third person to record the match, but we needed to do it in a way that we couldn't tell the person what was going to happen. We couldn't risk that. So that's why we did that. So that's what happened. Foundation for this new group that's going to be built up in the coming months. Many months.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this without giving too much away, because you guys gotta wait and see. Lots of big stuff will be happening in the next year or so. So, look forward to all that. Overall, though, I liked it. But what are you guys' thoughts on CAW All-Star 7 as a whole?
I thought, dude, I'm gonna always say this, and I should probably say it for last. You guys go.
Actually, I have a big thing to say at the end, so.
I have a
okay, Andrew, I guess you're going.
Andrew.
I'm going to say the same thing I would have said for 6. It's the best CAW All-Stars I've seen so far. It seems to be one of those it gets better every year type of things.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there were like even the stuff that I didn't necessarily care for. It wasn't bad. Like the worst thing of the entire show was probably BYU versus ECW, but that wasn't a bad match. It was just poorly executed. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of AJ winning the title back, but if it's going to lead to great things, then I'm all for it. With the whole, and with your promo in the middle of day two, it really just showed how far it's gone to the point where, you know, you have 64 shows competing in just the build-up, Call All-Stars 8. And now that you're finally bringing back those stupid tag titles, which I've been wanting for a long time now, I think Call All-Stars 8 is going to be something really, really special. And especially if you're starting to build up to it this month, it's like, whew,
yeah,
it's going to be a big show.
In years past, we would take a very long break, but we're not taking much of a break here.
Adam, you go next.
Oh, I had something big to say. Sorry. So yeah, I've been watching Call All Stars since 4 because 1, I came across later on. 2, apparently doesn't exist.
You won't.
And 3 is apparently on Daily Motion. I have no idea who uses Daily Motion. So since 4, I've watched this entire thing blossom from this small little this small little version of CAW Destiny, of these federations that just wanted to give everybody a chance, and that's what they did. CAW All Stars is where everybody, no matter how big, no matter how small, no matter how many fans, no matter how many subscribers, no matter your fantasy, your original, your hybrid, you have a chance to just go out there and expose yourself, and that's what CAW All Stars is about. It's about everybody getting a chance to just let themselves put on a spectacle. And from 4 up to where we are, Call All Star 7 is probably the one of, if not one of the greatest examples of a multi-cross promoted show. You brought together past, present, and the future of CAW all to one place. Even if people are like, some of the matches were meh, it doesn't matter. That's not what that's not what the show means. The show means everybody gets to just have fun for once, because everybody from Call All Stars is the end of this calendar year where everybody just gets to get appreciated for all the hard work and effort they put in to their shows up to that point, from the beginning of whenever the seasons for everybody's is. It doesn't matter. 7, and the diversity of 7 is amazing. You brought in the fantasy aspect, which was great, because, that you bring in those people. There was a women's match, which is always great, because, there's this influx of the virtual wrestling for females is becoming a thing now. You got Queens of Wrestling that's coming out. Great, it's awesome. You brought in ECW and you brought in ACW, 2 huge federations who you probably never could have expected to be part of Call All Stars, and they were, and they joined. And then you got DWA to say yes, and you got ICCW to say yes, you got SMF to say yes, all because of the love and passion that everybody has for CAW wrestling. It's the one, people say, oh, CAW All Stars, it's about the cause. No, the real All Stars are the people that work behind the scenes, the federation owners, the bookers, the writers, the people that put time and effort into recording their matches, into playing their matches. It's the fans. It's the people that sit down and enjoy. And it's the one time where everybody just gets to watch and enjoy like a fan again. People who, just want to enjoy something that's an alternative to the actual wrestling, and an alternative to life. When people are having a hard time, they can just sit down and watch something for fun. The commentators, Sako, of course, you and Steven as the head honchos of the entire fucking thing. It's not about the CAW wrestling. It's about the people that work behind it. And CAW All Star 7 is that shining example of bigger things to come in the future. You got 64 different people to say yes to this. That's fucking incredible. You have who knows what's going to happen with the tag team tournament. Shit's already starting to pick up, or people want to be part of it, and you're going to have these dream tag team where federations team up together to go after these belts. That's awesome. CAW All-Stars is a revolution in CAW wrestling, and that's what 7 was. 7's more than a CAW show. It's a statement on where we're going in the future, and CAW All-Star 7 is a shining example of why it is probably the best multi-cross promoted show I've ever seen.
I just want to add one more thing real quick. Like, I started watching, I'm going to say 5, because 4, well, I didn't know about it 1 through 3. And 4 I was going to watch, but I think Sokka might remember this. Christian Gary kept promoting the shit out of that on, like, every single page ever. I was being really obnoxious about it, and he got a lot of shit for it. So I was like, this is probably a joke show. But then you approached me for 5, and I was like, you know what, why not? And 5 ended up being a really good show. 6 was a great show. And this is, like, for those who don't know, for the last, I'm going to say, month or 2, I've kind of been out of it with CAW. Like, I haven't been interested. I've been watching shows. This somewhat got me out of it, because like, I'm still not in the, I'm just going to watch 8 shows in one day type of thing. But I want to do my show again. I enjoyed the show quite a lot, and I'm looking forward to the future. So, Cash, go ahead.
Oh, man. Adam hit the nail on the head with, like, that whole talk right there, but, dude, Sago, I've known you since 2009.
It's a long time, yeah.
You were 11 years old?
Yes.
You were an 11-year-old kid with a fucking camcorder, a piece of shit TV, and SVR 2010.
Yeah.
You had uncreative cause. You did not know how to run a storyline. You couldn't cut a promo. You couldn't commentate. And you sounded like a princess.
Wait a minute.
I agree.
Wait, hold on. There's something different
Hold
about
on,
that
Andrew.
from now?
6 years later. I'm 7 years later.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting here, and you have one of the best shows I've seen on YouTube in a long time. You put together something I always, if I thought back in the day, is like, this kid's gonna bring ECW, SMF, ICCW, DWA all together. He's gonna be the one. Not me, not Steven, not Dan. He's gonna bring all these people together and make one hell of a show. I would have said you're fucking lying.
I would have said the same thing.
I would have said you're full of shit. This kid can't even fucking cut a promo without fucking up or having a lisp. Or having a 20-second pause. But I'm fucking proud of you, dude, because, like, when everybody used to give you shit, I used to be, like, one of the very few people to defend you, and I hate bringing that up, because I do not like talking about myself like that. And Sean O'Connor mentioned it. I used to protect you a lot, because I had a feeling, and I think I told you this before. I was like, dude, you're gonna fucking do big shit. Because you have all this potential. As much as I give Lester Barkley a lot of shit for being a kiss-ass, and yes, that's me shooting there. As much as I give him shit, he's got what? I see you inside Sonny a little bit. Like, no homo. But I see you inside.
God, I'm lost.
I see him in that way.
I see the passion that you had back in the day. I was like, this kid's getting a lot of shit, but you know what? He's gonna do fucking a lot of things. I didn't expect you to get this far, really. You almost got at least you got URW able to fucking respond to you.
I'll give that to credit to Adam.
But still, like, if you didn't put all that effort back in, if we were to just break your spirit right there, I'm happy we didn't. Because we fucked with you so much to the point where you've cried.
This is true.
And I'm so happy we didn't break your spirit, because, like, you fucking did this, and like I said, it gets better every fucking year, CAW All-Star does. And you fucking outdid yourself, and I really cannot wait for 8, because Adam even said, you got 64 fucking shows you couldn't imagine all working together. And I would give credit to, yes, the technology has advanced over ages, and people have, and there's a lot, and CAW just hit a boom period, really, this year, and last year. Because, like, 2010, it was dead. 2011, it was starting to come back, but wasn't all that big. 2012, it kind of hit the shits because WWE 12. And then 13 and 14, that's when it really started picking up. And 15, just, oh my god.
Oh, that's 14.
And it just became a better outlet because, like I said, a lot of people have, just need an escape. And it's fucking incredible, the evolution of all of this. And really, I gotta give you a lot of credit. And your promo on 7 Night 2 was the most humble thing I've really ever heard from you. And you Really, if anyone should be getting a thanks, it should be you, man.
And Steven.
And Steven. And Adam. And everyone else that
Remember,
got
this is the same guy that said 2010 was going to be the greatest year in comics.
I was a few years off.
Sako, you thanked all these people. You even thanked Steven. You even thanked myself. You should be the one we should be thanking, though, really.
Hey, you do put together a great show, man.
Thank you. You know,
And even though it came out in October.
I'm proud of you, man.
That was copyright.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. That means a lot. That does mean a lot. And you guys, the Cash was talking about my promo. I don't, unless I'm joking, because I do it. I joke in the call and I do like my character, like, oh yeah, and take credit and stuff like that. But I don't like to take too much of the credit. And that's why one of the reasons I did that promo wasn't just to announce the tournament, but to let everyone know that it's not just me. I know, like, because especially in the last couple of years, I get the credit and that running this thing and all that kinds of stuff, because everyone's kind of like, oh, call search, who do you go to? You go to Soccer, you go to Shawn Walsh. But I said it earlier on, it'd be impossible to do Call All Stars by yourself. It's definitely at this magnitude that it's become. There's no way I could do it on my own. I do a lot of it. Like, a lot of those matches, you can tell which ones I record it. It's a pain in the ass, but there's no way I could do it on my own. There's so much that goes into Call All Stars that so many people don't know. It's not just recording some matches and doing some commentary. That's part of it, but you got to talk to a lot of people. You got to do lots of booking. You got to make sure everyone's pleased. You got to do all this kinds of stuff. I had a lot of help from Adam, especially this year, and definitely in the last couple of months. So was talking to people, and more for upcoming stuff for Call All Stars was the tournament. So you got to give some Adam some credit there, but without going on too much of the thing, because I want to wrap it up and get a little talk about the tournament before we head out. With what happened with Call All Stars, I'm so happy with what it's become. Adam talked about how before it was like this smaller thing, and now it's so much bigger. The page has over 230 likes on Facebook, which is insane. The page earlier this year, like in January, I don't even think it had 100 likes. It was maybe 70, 80 some, and now we're not even at the end of the year yet, and we have over 230 likes. The viewership has gone up. I was just looking at it earlier. The shares, the amount of people, like there's over 30 people sharing Call All Stars for each day. The viewership has been, I'm very happy with, and hopefully more and more people go and watch Call All Stars. I know there's some people who haven't seen it yet. The fact that people get so excited for it, and I hear when Adam will go talk to someone and they'll say when they'll ask them if they want to do something, and they get happy and they say they're honored to be part of it. That makes me happy. That a little thing that I just go and I make pictures for and I make matches for and just think of ideas as something that someone would be honored to do. That's pretty cool. And it is cool that all the stuff from before and now what it has become, and now I'm up here, I'm up the top of the mountain, trying not to fall. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But that's the past. I don't like to live too much in the past. I like to look towards the future. And the future is Call All Stars 8. And we found out in that the promo I did, besides me thanking people, that there's going to be a Kingdom of Caw tournament to crown a number one contender for the Call All Stars Championship against whoever the Call All Stars champion may be come Call All Stars 8. So we're going to discuss that really quickly, just some thoughts on the tournament, and then once we get through that, we're going to give just a prediction, just a random prediction on who you think is going to go the whole way.
Bo Dallas.
Bo Dallas isn't even in the tournament.
Yes, he is.
Travis Sparks.
Yeah.
Travis Sparks?
Hold on.
Dead ass serious, Travis Sparks.
Well, Travis Delaney.
He's not at the tournament.
Hey, he is.
He isn't.
He's
Travis-
playing TV.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Travis Delaney.
Travis Delaney.
Whatever. Same thing. Actually, if anything, I actually did a prediction of this actually for the tournament. I actually predicted Casey Gordon's going to win.
You got Casey Gordon.
I'm going with Green Ranger.
Hmm.
I'm not even.
Goonie.
All right, if I'm not going to be biased and go with that, I'm going to go Green Ranger.
Green Ranger? Alright. And
I'm gonna say Goonie, but I think there's a chance Hitman wins.
okay.
Ben
Ray.
I would say the final four would be. Well, I'll wait for Ray.
Right. I don't know if Ray's
I like the Casey Gordon prediction myself, but
Casey
I'm
Gordon.
gonna go with Kevin Impact.
Ooh.
He's the wild card.
That's the thing, there's 64 people in this thing. There's so many people that could win. Like,
Turner.
it's Timmy Turner,
Hercules.
big fan favorite.
Hercules has hype coming in.
Yeah.
He does.
I believe the Hercules hype.
Amazing.
TGO.
AJ.
The Great D.
Yeah. Amazing AJ. Mr. Black.
Malcolm.
Ash Ketchum. John Cena.
You're right.
John Cena.
John Cena.
Big match, John.
Big match John gonna take the whole thing.
Just a lot of star power. It's like the Rumble match. The Rumble match had a lot of star power.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, jeez, I didn't even know there were 64.
AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, J Crack, Capone, Newcomb, Deadpool,
Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Dominator.
And then there's like those young up and comers,
Yeah, there's so much in there. Like, and the tournament represents kind of like what College 7 was.
Kamikaze's in it.
Kamikaze is in it, yeah.
Pac-Man's in it.
So is Justin Sparks.
Dom Manson.
Yeah, Dom Manson. He's got a big fucking match.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. TGO.
Good luck, Dom. Good luck. But, I'll leave it for Cash and Adam if you guys want to say anything about the tournament. It's up to you guys.
Because this was really Cash's idea, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I've had this idea for 3 years.
Cash has had this idea.
I'm not. This
Sacco knows. In
Yeah.
2012, I was talking to him and I said, "What if we did like March? It was like around March, actually. March Madness was happening, and we were doing the basketball predictions. I think I was at least.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting there and I was like, dude, what if there was like a March Madness for CAW? And I was like, what if all these big CAW names, and originally names I was throwing out were like Danny Jackpot, Terry Loss, Russ Bag, Extreme Tony, Michael Hyman, Smokey. I was throwing all these names out, and we were thinking, it was like, oh, dude, that'd be fucking awesome, wouldn't it? I mean, this is it at a more realistic level.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm kind of fucking excited, stoked, and like honored that this is fucking actually happening. And I gotta thank you guys for actually allowing it to happen for CAW All Stars 8. And it's gonna be fucking sweet. I promise you guys, it's gonna kick ass.
It will. It will. Adam?
Oh yeah, this is all Cash. I'm not taking any credit here. I got people, but Cash's idea, and I forget what it was or how it happened, but we were in the call. You brought it up, and I was like, "All right, we're making it happen." And I was like, "It's happening." And Sacco was like, "Wait," I'm like, "Nope, it's happening." And he was like, "Oh, okay." And that same night, I had already had like 15 people say yes.
Yeah. It's like, it's such a crazy thing. It was like this was decided like not even a month ago that this was.
I got everybody in a week.
Yeah. So and thank you, by the way, to all of you guys out there who are participating. It's awesome. Hopefully one of your guys wins. But I hope even if you don't win, you guys stick with us, work out something, get another match on there for CAW All Stars 8. We also have a tag team tournament. We got these special events. We got all this stuff. So make sure you subscribe to youtube.com/CAW Allstars because we got a ton of stuff. There are no breaks anymore. There's no off season. CAW Allstars is here, and we're putting out events hopefully every month. And you can see all the best CAW wrestlers go at it to try to get that CAW All Stars Championship match. You're going to see some of the best tag teams eventually in the coming months go at it, try to go win those Call All-Stars Tag Team titles. You're going to see some big matches. You're going to see everything leading up to Call All-Stars 8, which, I'm going to make a prediction here, will be the best Call All-Stars up to that date.
I actually have an announcement to already make about Call All-Stars 8, actually. I've actually already decided on where Call All-Stars 8 is actually going to take place.
Oh.
Ah.
Call All-Stars 8 will take place. It's going to actually go back to an old location.
In the river.
Oh, yeah. Call All-Stars 8 is actually going to return to Madison Square Garden.
Oh, MSG.
4 years later.
Yes.
That can work, yeah.
New York City.
Going back to New York. Alrighty. I like that. Call All-Stars 8. So make sure if you live in the New York area, go to Call All-Stars 8 next year.
If I show up and it's not there for like 5 minutes, I swear to God, I'll be pissed. I'm not gonna be like, oh, hey, where's there? Oh.
Sitting on a park bench with your tablet. Where's Call All-Stars 8? I'm here at MSG.
This is day number 5. It's getting cold. I haven't eaten.
My name's Brian.
But yeah, that pretty much wraps it all up. So thanks for listening to us talking about Call All-Stars 7, and hopefully you've watched Call All-Stars 7. If you haven't,
shame on you.
What are you doing listening to us talking about it? You should watch it and then listen to us talk about it. Come on now, it's procedure.
Come on.
So yeah, shebang.
Bo Dallas.
Yeah, Bo Dallas.
This went for almost 3 hours.
Don't smoke crack.
Like I told you, it'll go longer than an hour.
Missing the show, man.
Alright, so thank you for watching. Thank you guys for being on. And I hope you all have a wonderful day and a better tomorrow, but probably not so good the other day.
See.
And that's why I always say schlip, schlop, schlippity dump.
Lick my balls.